MiniWarGamer Dave here from MiniWarGaming.com, here with Matthew. Welcome, Wargamers, to another playtest game of Ravaged Star. Today we'll be diving into some more rules, and it looks like another starter set we'll be balancing, playtest the balancing for. Now,
fun fact, there's been a lot of people already running playtests of this particular box.
That's right, yes.
And I've already got feedback, and so we're starting several steps ahead because I already know 90% of the results were Immari wins.
Okay.
And so I already, and I've been getting that very, very strong feedback from people on Discord. And
that's
so I just wanted you to know that I am interacting on there. That's miniwargaming.com/RavageStar to go over there. That's where all the rules are.
Not miniwargaming.com/GetRavageStar. That's
that
different.
goes to the game fan, which we'll talk about in a second. But I am listening. I have made changes, and we're going to playtest some of those changes today. So thank you so much to people on our Discord and who leave comments, but on the Discord is where people are actually doing the play testing and feedback and stuff. So.
Yes, yeah, and anyone could join the Discord and give their feedback and play test as well.
Yeah, you'll have to play with proxy models. I'm not sure what ranges would work well.
Whatever you want. Doesn't
Maybe,
matter.
I don't know. It's probably like Game of Thrones or something. that seems like it would match up really, really well.
Yeah, that sounds like it would match up.
Use your 40K miniatures, all right? It works.
It does work. Here we have a close-up of some of the Gorkog models that you can get as part of your pledge. The late pledge is open, so click on that link in the description or go to miniwargaming.com/GetRavageStar. This is the, which battle set is this one? I think this is the Siege of Ankarr.
It's the first one, Siege of Ankarr.
Yeah.
Oh wait, second one is the Siege of Ankarr, whatever.
There's 3 starter sets.
Yeah, there's 3 2-player starter sets. This is the Siege of Ankarr, which I think is the second one.
And these are the Gorkog, which are the alien bugs that you get.
Now the ones you're seeing here are 3D printed. So if you see any breakages, it's because they're 3D printed.
That's why.
The final ones will be nice PVC, which you can see in other videos are quite durable. Yeah, obviously a little bit of promotion here, but if you want to help support Ravaged Star, of course playtesting will be huge, but if you have not yet, you can still go and back the GameFound campaign. And there's 2-player starter sets, there's war packs, there's even ways to get just all the new Gorkog, just all the Immari, just all the new Veil Touched, if you are not interested in the 2-player starter sets. But the rules will all be free, but we are going to be doing like soft cover, like physical rule books and tokens and stuff. But yeah, it's all available now, so if you want to help support this, so far, and I'm going to say this right now, and I hope I won't regret it, so far there have been no delays in production, so we are on schedule. Now I'm going to knock on wood, throw some salt somewhere, and see if any of that superstitious nonsense works.
Create a chaos star.
Right. Let's go do our chants in the back rooms.
On time.
But yeah, everything you're seeing here, except for like the old Veil Touch stuff and other games that we might play, is 3D printed. So it's yeah, sorry for any breakages you might notice. But yeah, we're excited for it. So go check that out at miniwargaming.com/GetRavageStar.
All right, Matt, what are we doing today? What's the scenario?
So the scenario, which is important. I know in our last one, you're like, oh, I'm not going to do it. It didn't really matter because we saw a lot of the good playtesting. But we're going to do the basic rule book scenario. And it's not even necessarily going to be a scenario that makes it to the rule book. It's just such a basic scenario that it helps test not just can we kill each other, but also can you gain ground and hold parts of the table. And so in this one, we have 4 objectives. So we have 1 in each of your own deployments. That's deployment zones. We're just doing a 12-inch deployment right here, and then we got 1 on each side. And so at the end of every round, you get points for the objectives that you hold. You get 1 point for your own objective, 2 points for each of the middle objectives, and 4 points for your opponent's objective. So it's supposed to represent, because you can't play test without objectives, because if you only have to kill, then the shooting army just stays back.
Yeah.
And the close
so
combat
you need a
army,
reason to go forward and hold things.
Like if I stay here and you just swarm forward and I'm like, well, I'm just going to shoot you down.
But that also sounds fun though, Matt.
Not so much for the player who's just, you never get to get the close combat. I never get points.
There must be objectives.
There has to be objectives.
Proper playtesting.
Now this is an interesting matchup because in this 2-player starter set, we've got a lot of shooting on the Immari side and hardly any shooting on the Gorkog side. It's just the way that they were designed. And so I'm like, it's hard to balance a shooting versus not shooting list. So I've introduced a rule specifically for this 2-player starter set so that it's quasi-balanced. And I say quasi-balanced, that's what we're going to check to see if it actually was enough because most of the playtests found that the Immari were just destroying the Gorkog in this 2-player starter set, which makes sense because it's all shooting versus no shooting, right?
So what's the rule?
The rule is called Endless, and both of your Flesh Seeker units have it. So let's talk about that. Endless is a rule that lets you bring them back whenever they die. Now, I had suggested that on the Discord server, but there was some good counterpoint saying by the time they die and come back, it takes too long for them to be able to get back into the fight. So we're going to test a new version of Endless. So this would technically be a universal special rule that's not yet in the rule book because we're testing it. And that it will be that whenever the unit's destroyed, you immediately create a new unit of exactly the same size as what it started with, so 12 new Flesh Seekers, and you immediately deploy them on the table more than 8 inches away from enemies.
I thought it was 12.
It was, but I've changed that already before the game started because I realized that the Flesh Seekers without a boost can't charge 12. They can only charge 9. So I needed them to be in charge range. And the reason for that is otherwise they spend another turn doing nothing. And so it's 8 inches, more than 8 inches. And on top of that, you take a core token and you put it in the bag.
So they can be activated the turn that the unit is destroyed.
And if I destroy that unit, you would immediately replace it and put another core token.
Come on.
Yeah. So
and it's endless, literally endless.
Endless. So I have to be careful about not killing them too quickly, which maybe that will, and I'm going to purposely try to game that to be like, well, I know Dave has this, so I'm just going to work around it and see if I can make a difference.
I'm purposely going to try to just go at you and kill myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you run forward, grab objectives, keep me back. That's your job. Because every time you come back, it's 8 inches. That's like anywhere on the table. And if I leave my deployment, you can use that to grab my objective at the back, which is worth the most points.
So I can bring these up, go there, you can shoot me off because I'm going to hold it, right? So you have to actually deal with me.
Yeah.
And then I could come...
If I leave just one, because remember, they're leaderless, which means any one of their models can count as the unit leader, which means as long as one model is on the objective, you have that objective. Unless, of course, I'm on the objective too, then we count how many models and all that kind of stuff. So yes, I have to deal with them. Another change that I decided to make, and this one kind of, first off, I have to apologize for the proxy. This guy right here should look the same as that guy, but I can't find the other one. It disappeared.
Where is he, Matt?
I don't know, and it's driving me crazy. Anyways, 2 of these guys come in this box. And for the life of me, I couldn't figure out why anybody would want a second one because of their abilities. And so I went through a lot of different ideas. So the idea that I landed on is I actually created 2 versions of the same guy. In other words, they're both mech masters, but one of them is a stratagem subclass, and one of them is a pilot subclass. In other words, see this little satellite dish doohickey?
Yeah.
One of them is using it to pilot the mechs from a distance, and the other one is using it to link with HQ to help your strategies. So the basic difference is that, and I'll have this guy be the repair one. You'll see the difference. So he'll be the pilot because he looks like he's ready to repair mechs and stuff.
Do me a favor, just throw one of the mechs there just so we see the unit that they're piloting.
So they're piloting a unit of 2 of these.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so in this case I decided to go for 2 missile launchers. They could also do Gatling lasers.
Okay.
So anyway, so the pilot basically, when he activates, he can do an interact action. So he can basically use up one of his actions to allow this unit to move or shoot, which means they can shoot twice in the same turn. So on their turn and on his turn
Oh,
too.
wow.
Yeah, so he can use it to let them move again or shoot again. Now they can only ever benefit from this once per turn, which is why having a second version of him, a second one of him, doesn't really help you, unless you have a second unit of these.
Because it's one unit of 2 mech, that's
right,
why.
but you only get one of them in the starter sets, so it doesn't really work. So the stratagem subclass, so he lets me do 2 things. First off, he lets me throw an extra token in the bag of my choice, except for a boost token, so it makes it more likely that my tokens are pulled. And he also has what's called coordinated assault, which is after he activates, I can immediately pull a token from the bag and activate that unit. So that leads to talking about the tokens. If this is your first time watching, basically in this game, you get a token for every unit, plus a boost token, which is like kind of a wild card. So we have 3 commanders, an elite, 2 core, and a support.
We should say that these aren't the tokens that you're going to get in the final version of the game, but these are printed on the MiniWarGaming Forge, so you can actually use these for whatever game system that you want, and we're using them right now in this demonstration for Ravaged Star.
I feel like I have one too many, but I'll check that afterwards. Either way, yeah, these are definitely not. I've had people say, but they're textured. You're going to be able to tell. And the answer is, well, and the tokens that they come with won't be textured. So
if they're textured and you can tell, then you deserve to know what you're pulling. That's really difficult.
You'd be surprised. We actually did in a playtest. I remember Josh was like, I wonder if I could figure it out. He's like, this is the boost. And he pulled out a boost.
Oh, did he?
And he wasn't able to do it perfectly, but he was able to do it quite accurately. Okay. So yeah, you're right. If you want to be a douchebag, you can sit there and go. But I mean, if you see somebody going like, then they're probably cheating. So what the stratagem dude lets you do is I can choose a new token and throw it in there as well. And what that does is makes it more likely that my token is pulled.
So going back to the stratagem for the other mech master then.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. All right.
So the other thing that he lets me do is as soon as he activates, I can then look in the bag and pull out another one of my tokens that's not a boost token and immediately activate it.
Oh wow, you can deliberately choose the unit that you're activating.
Which means
that's a big deal in this game because it's all random.
It's random. So so when he activates, he's not that powerful, but the fact that he just lets you after he goes decide who goes next without a boost token. If all you have left is a boost token, then no dice. You don't get to do it. Yeah. So that's kind of the thing. So that would give you a good reason to want to bring him.
Yeah,
because it gives you control. But you're paying in that, we're not paying points here, but you're kind of paying to include him to be able to do that.
Yeah.
So that's kind of my middle ground. We'll see how well it works. It might make the Immari too good against this matchup.
Because they were already doing better, weren't they?
Right, but I'm hoping the endless thing will kind of balance that out. So before we start, my Scout mechs have a rule called Scout, and they have Scout 8 inches, which just means that before the game starts, they get a free move of 8 inches. So I'm just going to use that to hop up here. This is only 2 inches or less, so we ignore it for difficult terrain. So we're going to use that to immediately gain ground. So you can kind of see how you combine that with the remote pilot, and it gets really interesting. Are you ready to get started?
Let's do it.
I think we've talked long enough, and we need to play.
Let's talk.
More play. More play. Okay, so it's nice and easy to get started. We don't roll off or anything. There's no rolling for initiative. We just pull a token.
Pull a token.
Hold on.
Oh,
what?
Are you seeing if you can get it? Seeing if you can like feel what it is? Because they're both the same color.
The problem is they're different colors. So I was totally kidding. Just wanted to show like I have no idea what I would get. So if I coincidentally pulled like a boost token for myself right away, then
so that's core. So it's my core.
Yeah, it's your core, which is good. You want them to go first.
Yes, I do. I'll use this unit of Flesh Seekers, and you know what? I'm going to run all the way towards you, which running is my move characteristics, which is 6, and then I have it for a run, which is 3, going to
1 and a
9.
half, yeah.
And I'll use that as my leader. And you know what? The rule is what? Within 3 inches of leader?
That's right, just 3 inches. And I simplified it. It's not 3 inches plus an inch of another model, because as I looked through, it didn't really matter to do that.
And this is not cheating the movement. It's actually exploiting the movement.
It was, I designed
that it is a leaderless unit.
Yeah, normally those Flesh Seekers, they started off as 8-inch move, but then when I gave them leaderless, that's when I dropped them down to 6-inch to represent the fact that they'll get extra movement from exactly what you're doing. So you're able to grab that objective. But if you think about it, if you were an 8-inch move like before, you would have been able to grab it anyways. So it's good that they went first, because Null, the Horde Master, has a special ability where when he activates, he can choose a nearby core. Ooh. Got to check the range on that and make it so they can go again.
Null being back here.
Yeah.
So he's my dude back here. What you got now?
I got your boost.
Okay. Can activate my Agedon, and he will run and activate his boost because he's got boost. His boost ability is Swift, which means instead of running 9, he'll go 12. I already pre-measured this. He'll go right there, hold that objective, and that's his turn. All right, what do we got?
Well, by popular request, I re-added back in the rule that if somebody pulls a boost, the other player must go next. So I had removed that as a kind of a test, but we play tested it and kind of found that maybe we did want that. And also got lots of feedback saying, yeah, we definitely do. So,
yeah, that makes sense.
Feedback is king. So if I pull an orange token, which I didn't, then I would just kind of put it aside and keep pulling until I get one of mine.
Yeah.
It is important, however, to remember to put those tokens back in.
Yes.
Because that happened many times, and that's kind of why I was getting rid of it. I'm like, I don't like the messiness. But when people were giving feedback, they're like, no, that's just people, that's just players being dumb. talk about us. Right? Put it back
That's been messy with our gameplay.
So I got a commander token, so that's going to be interesting because I could either remote pilot these guys or I could.
Your scouts here on the bridge.
Yeah. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to
Are your mech masters your commanders?
Well, mech masters are commanders. Remember, commander's a type. It's not that it's the commander or the general. We don't really have a use for a general yet, so we don't have that. So I have 3 commanders. I've got Colonel Boberon, and then I got 2 mech masters, one being the stratagem and the other one being the pilot. So I'm going to activate him, and we're going to show off some of the cool stuff he can do. So what we're going to do first, for his first action, we're going to do a move. We'll get him up here within 3 inches of them so that you can no longer shoot him more than 12 inches away, which is not a huge deal because you don't have a lot of shooting. But for his second action, I'm going to do his interact action, which is not free. It's still a single action, so I basically give up his action, and I'm going to have these 2 scouts fire. I'm going to look at their profiles and remind myself of what the missiles do to see where I want to fire. So we're not going to fire their main missiles because those are actually anti-armor. We're going to fire their rocket pods. You can only fire 1 weapon unless you have multi-fire, which they don't unless they get a boost. So we're going to fire the rocket pods into them. So rocket pods are only 1 shot each, but they have blast, which means they get +1 attack for every 2 models. So that's pretty darn good.
There's 12 in there.
There's 12, so that means I'm going to get 7 shots, 14 shots. So
that's a lot.
It's a lot of shots.
No kidding.
Let's see what happens. Okay, so, I forgot to check range. So I think they are within 8. Well, no, this was my leader. They're not within 8, which means they're in medium range. So my 5+ becomes a 6+. So 6 is the hit. Nothing special about these. So there's a bunch.
8 saves, 7+. Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
You
6?
Only 2 died.
Oh my goodness.
Now, while you're here, make a leadership check because it does have stun. I think their leadership is 6+, but just roll a die. If you roll really high, then you'll be fine. You rolled a 2, so they definitely failed, which means they are shaken and can no longer hold objectives.
Ooh.
So that gets them off the objective.
But only 2 ended up dying.
So only 2 of them died. It's your choice which 2.
I'll just go at the back.
Because it's the leader has to always be the last one to die. So when you go to remove them, you just go, he's the leader, and then remove other ones. So they're always allowed to do that.
Well, that's what I'll do. Putting a shaken token just to remind us that they're shaken.
Yeah.
Next unit to be activated
is a core on your end.
So my other Flesh Seekers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll activate them, and I just have to activate them normally. Ooh, yeah, those shooting. But granted, that was a shot that was not done by them.
Right, so they can do it again.
Right.
Yeah.
That was.
This is part of the playtesting, because this is a forced matchup, and those rocket pods are perfect against your Flesh Seekers.
Right.
So maybe I got to make them less accurate. Like, you rolled your saves really well, but that's not.
I think I'm going to go this way, behind the building this way, so that your
rocket pods don't take them out.
So they can't. The whole building's in the way, right? So
yeah.
It would kind of waste their time. Well, no, they could shoot at them again.
So just remember, once Null activates, you could remove their core token, and they could go again. You could be like, well, screw you. I'm just going to charge into your rocket pod dudes and tie them up. So there are still things that they can do, even if they're shaken.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, wait, no, that's not true. When you're shaken, you only take 1 action. So you wouldn't be able to charge. Yeah, they're in trouble.
Yeah, they're in trouble, right? All right, so I'll move forward 9. This is my leader. I'm nominating him as my leader. And you know what? I'm going to come right out. And then here, I can go within 3. I'll go forward. I might as well. And I see a bunch of guys there that are out in the open, are able to shoot at me when they activate. I got Null here, which means he can activate them again. Provided they're not shaken, they can actually...
Maybe do something?
Maybe do something.
Oh, yeah, you can use them to run over and grab that objective.
There's that as well.
Oh, yeah. Look at you. Oh! You all right?
Ah!
Good thing there's no smell-o-vision, eh?
Yeah, yeah. I wonder why
What'd you
we're
get?
smell-o-visioning what's happening. I got my commander, that's Null.
That has to be Null.
That's bad, man. Null's going to go forward. He will run. So that's his 6-inch move plus the half move for a run, which is 9 inches. He's got a free interact action, which allows him to, as you said before, activate a nearby unit that is core.
Not activate. It's take their activation token and put it back in the bag. So you can grab one of their activation tokens and throw it back in the bag.
Okay, here, let's do that then.
But which one do you want to do?
Well,
no, not that one. Not that one.
They're shaken.
Yeah, so they're not going to be useful.
Which one? No, that's what you do. No, that's not.
No, not that one.
What do you want to do? No, not that one. Don't do that one.
We just talked about it off camera, how you could activate them again.
I didn't remember. I got a 5-second memory.
And have them run onto that objective. Here we go.
Okay, here we go. That's.
Hey, I get to play. What is that? That's an elite, so that has to be my shield wardens. Well, I'm going to play to my strengths of getting Dave to do something that would be tactically not sound. Or maybe it would
Which is
be
what?
sound.
Well,
Which
what-
I'm going
what
to
would it
run. I'm going to run right here in front of these guys.
That's not sound? Sounds very good tactic to me.
No, the reason that, oh, sorry, yeah, that was the guy that was my leader. The reason I'm doing this is because I don't want you to go after that objective and get the points. I want you to come after these guys and not get the points.
Oh,
instead.
they're bait, I see.
Yeah, and remember, if you're thinking, oh, you're not measuring your guys, you only measure the unit leader, and you just pick up and place the rest of them.
Now, is there a unit leader in the shield wardens there?
I chose this one. I can't remember because, like, these ones aren't even fully painted. I just grabbed whatever I could. If you don't have one that's obviously the unit leader, you just designate it at the beginning of the game, and then that's the unit leader for the rest of it. So you gotta remember it. If you want to like put a little marking on the base for when you're creating your units. So, yeah, that's the one.
Oh.
It would be your support.
Yeah, so it's my Mind Shackler back
Wait.
here.
You don't have a support.
Don't I? Isn't the
Mind Shackler is a commander. No, that's your Agedon. So he's already activated with the boost, so I'll immediately pull another token.
So, yeah, okay, so he can't go.
No, he can't go again. And that's normal. If you pull a token and you can't activate it, maybe because the unit died already, or because you put a boost, you just put it aside and pull again. There's no reason to go in there looking for the token. In fact, you need to leave them in there, and its rules is intended to leave them in there. And the reason for that is, let's say you had 2 core, and neither of them activated, and I killed one of them. If you reach in and pull one of those core out, you're less likely to get to activate that core as soon as you want. So it does change the statistics and like the chances of the game.
Yep. Yeah, I can see that.
Anyways, I'm gonna pull again, and I'm gonna get your commander. Yeah, I'm like, you don't have another commander. I literally just said that Mind Shackler is a commander. So your Mind Shackler gets
Yes,
to go.
okay, all right. Are you sure he's the commander?
I am sure.
Let's side swipe over here so I can hold that objective, and then Mind Strike your scouts, which has Sniper, which means it ignores the penalties for shooting at range distances, which in this case would be long range and normally be decrease my accuracy by 3.
That's right. And you also ignore cover, so you just get to roll your dice.
Yes!
None of those stupid modifiers.
Yeah, this is stupid modifier. 3s to hit.
7s.
7s are anti-armor, that's 9.
Oh, so anti-armor ignores armored, so I don't get to reduce the AP of your weapon. What is the AP of your weapon?
AP is 3.
Okay, so I just have to make a save at AP -3. I have to take the whole thing.
Which is 5 damage.
And it's 5 damage. I have 6 wounds, so you won't kill one, but you'll almost kill one.
Right. All right, Matt, make your saves.
I've got a 6 up normally, but at -3 AP, I now have a 9 up save. 8. So boom, right away, he brings one of them down to 1 wound.
That's sweet. Yeah, I like that. And he was able to move over here and get this objective. Yeah, so Mind Shackler's doing some work right now.
Yeah, that's good. So it's interesting, like as the game designer, before we were doing this balancing thing, everything felt like it was in a vacuum. So like I would make unit stats. So why are they 6 wounds? Because other things that were about their size are 6 wounds. But it's kind of arbitrary in the end, how I chose the different things. Like I tried to have some sort of like core units tended to be 1 wound, unless they're a smaller squad and then they're 2 wounds. Leaders tend to be, I don't remember off the top of my head, but you'll find that their stats kind of line up from army to army and from detachment to detachment. But now that we're doing these actual like play tests and you're forced in the 2-player starter set to have the Mind Shackler and these scouts, it makes me want to make the scouts 5 wounds each, so that Mind Shackler can one-shot them. And so that's kind of like some of the interesting rules discussions about why things are the way they are. Like, why are they 5 wounds and not 6? It's all arbitrary, but in the end, that wouldn't be an arbitrary choice. It's like, no, I want this matchup to work. So making them endless, having him be able to one-shot scout mechs.
Yep.
It really is
Yeah, I
interesting.
like that.
It's interesting decisions all along.
It's rock, paper, scissors in the box, right?
That's the idea. And making them 5 wounds instead of 6 is not going to break the Immari.
It just makes the Mind Shacklers a little more effective.
Yeah, because you see, I can activate them twice in a turn. They can shoot twice as long as I bring the Mech Master.
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
And Mind Shackler, Mind Strike is only 1 attack, so it can
So you
only...
can miss.
I could miss it, or I can
Yeah.
only ever kill 1 dude.
Yeah, yeah. So
One scout. I mean.
that's the best you can do. Now it's sniper and stuff, so it's really good at doing that. So I'm probably going to do that. So in fact, I'm going to retroactively do that right now, and we're going to have him die. And I don't think he explodes. He doesn't, so I just remove him. So we are actually going to remove him, because why wait till our next play test to do the thing that I know I'm going to do? I am 100% going to make these guys 5 wounds each. So you got him.
Cool. Yay!
Yay!
What's next?
It would be my core, so one of my 2 Immari infantries. So it's interesting, I'm looking at this and I'm just starting to feel there's a lot of pressure coming my way. And I can tell immediately that in a regular playtest without the endless thing on your Flesh Seekers, that I wouldn't have a problem. I just move up, kill a few of them, move up, kill a few of them, and once that unit's gone, it's gone. And then I've got the field. And so, because I got so many guys. But now that I know they keep coming back, I'm like, I've actually got to think about this. So I'm just going to move up and shoot at the fresh Flesh Seekers.
So right here.
Yeah. It's funny, off camera, I was about to measure each guy. Even as the rules writer, I forget that, no, this movement system is really, really easy. You just move the one guy, and then all the other ones are in 3 inches. And you might have to measure the 3 inches if you're trying to really finagle, but for the most part, you can eyeball 3 inches. So I'm gonna move up, and then we only measure the range and stuff from the unit leader. And so we are in short range. We're gonna just fire everything at your Flesh Seekers. Yeah, you got light cover.
How we determine that, Matt?
Well, when I look from the unit leader to your Flesh Seekers, at least half of them are blocked by this piece of terrain, even just a little bit.
Okay. That's how you determine light cover.
In fact, that's interesting because these barricades are actually heavy cover, so you would get heavy cover from that as I shoot through them. So it feels weird just because they're nowhere near them. The light cover part feels right. The heavy, not so much. But I'm just going to stick to heavy cover for now.
Because that's what it's classified as.
And I might. Well, there's terrain rules like these ruins you can't see through. That kind of stuff. So I might like make a barricade thing saying that you only get the heavy cover part of it if you're within 3 inches, if your unit leader's within 3 inches or something. I don't want to make it too complicated though. So right now they are heavy cover. Because if I was standing right here, would we call that I have heavy cover or would I have light cover? What would your instincts tell you?
My instincts are all wrong when it comes to games, Matt.
Doesn't matter. When you look at that, is that light or heavy cover? So like light cover is like
I don't know how
trees.
that's determined, right? Is it by height? Is it by
Strength.
material?
Like would it? So there's cover and concealment is kind of the terms that you have in general warfare in real life. So like for example, if you're completely behind a piece of drywall, you are concealed.
Sure.
But that's not going to stop any caliber bullet beyond
a
22, right? Like you can shoot through it. So you're harder to see. So worse in accuracy.
Yeah.
But you're not harder to hurt.
Correct.
So it's not heavy cover.
Right.
And so that's why heavy cover is always light cover, because it's concealing you and it's protecting you. So that's kind of the definition of light versus heavy. Yeah. So like woods, for example.
See, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So when you say that and you're shooting through a sandbag,
that should be heavy, right?
I don't know.
Well, that's what sandbags.
Does a bullet go through it easily?
No, that's the whole point of them.
Okay.
When they would throw up their trenches and throw up sandbags and stuff, those things stop even heavy caliber stuff, right? Except for like tank shots or whatever. Even then, they were very protected by that kind of stuff. That's why you see sandbags everywhere in games like this, because
I see them in floods.
They work well for that too.
But bullets and stuff like that, I've seen them in games, but to know the actual science behind bullets going through them, I haven't had that lived experience.
So like other games will say you have to be close enough to them to get the cover, but then that introduces complications like, now I got to move my guys in exactly the right way.
This thing feels like the bridge itself feels like it would be heavy cover because it's it's like probably like iron, so that would that would make sense. But ironically, you can see through it. So
yeah. It should provide the defense bonus, but not like worse in accuracy. I don't want to complicate it. I want it to be simple. You and your opponent look at everything, because it even says that for terrain, like here are our suggestions for how terrain should work.
Yeah.
But you and your opponent should look at every piece of terrain and decide, is it light, is it heavy, does it block line of sight?
So why right now does it not feel totally right that it's heavy cover?
Because
as you said, bullets stop it.
Yeah.
And it covers majority.
Because in every other game, barricades typically you have to be right next to. Not every other game, lots of other games.
Okay.
And so I'm just going by my biases from playing other games.
Sure.
And so we're gonna do rules as written, nice and simple. Just keep it simple. We would have called this heavy cover beforehand.
Yep.
At least 50% of your guys are blocked by it. You've got heavy cover.
Okay.
Nice and easy. I know that was a long-winded discussion about something that should be simple, but I'm the rules writer.
You gotta
have this long-winded discussion.
Of course. Who else is going to have this long-winded discussion?
Like you and your opponent could be like, nah, it's only heavy cover if you're close to it. It's light cover otherwise. You could do that. It actually, I have in the terrain section, it says, look at each piece of terrain and agree with your opponent how they work. Here are our suggestions on how barricades work, on how ruins work, on how woods work, on how craters work. just your typical type of terrain, right?
Yeah.
And then other than that, though, it's like, but it's up to you and your opponent to be, before the game, say, yeah, this blocks line of sight, this is...
What's this candlestick count as?
Right. Yeah. Yeah, and you might even agree with your opponent. You only get the heavy cover part of it if your unit leader's within 2 inches of it.
But we do know that majority will play by the rules in the book, though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I'd rather keep those simple.
Yeah. So right now it's heavy cover.
So you have heavy cover, which means
you worsen your accuracy, and I improve my defense by 1.
Exactly.
Okay.
So let me count my dice, and we'll roll. Okay, so I have 9 shots because each of them has 1 shot. They hit on 6s normally, but 7s because of your cover. And if I roll any 8s, they count as 2 hits because they have reaping. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Half of them were 8 pluses.
Wow!
I didn't roll any 7s. So I got 10 hits.
What?
Yeah, I rolled well, all right?
6 ups.
Because you have heavy cover.
That's
Oh,
right.
you roll. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you for balancing it out a bit.
Okay, there you go, 7 saves.
You only... All right. How do you play test when everybody just spikes their dice rolls? You only lose 3 guys.
Okay.
After all of that.
All right. I'll take him from the back.
Sometimes when we're playtesting, I want to resort to being like, let's just take the average, just so that I can actually see how it works. But the fact of the matter is, nobody ever rolls average. And so it doesn't actually give you a good sense of how the game plays. You have to just play a lot of games. That's really it.
And then you'll feel the average.
And you seriously, because you get intuition towards it, which is why playtesters are so important. Because when I see everybody on the Discord forum saying this matchup is stacked for Immari, I know it's stacked for Immari. If I see one person go, I played 1 game and the Immari were too strong, I'll be like, oh, okay, that's not valuable feedback. I need you to play more than 1 game.
So would it not make more sense then to play test using averages because we're going to get there anywhere?
No.
But you just said you'll feel the average.
No, because averages don't average out. So when so if you were to
what?
No, listen. I've thought long and hard about
Okay,
this.
yeah. What does that mean?
And not just for this game, but in the past too, because I'm a numbers guy, if you didn't know. So if we looked at if somebody cataloged all the D10s that we rolled throughout the game, you'd probably find that we're rolling an average number of every number, okay, over the course of a game. But when you roll those is very important. Like for example, your Mind Shackler had 1 shot, and he rolled high enough to trigger his anti-armor.
Yeah.
So,
which was a 7+.
Right, which is not on average. You shouldn't, on average, get a 7+.
Right.
2 shots, yes.
But it's 50-50. I either do or I don't.
All right, I'm glad I'm writing the rules.
Because that's how that works,
That's not how that works. But anyways.
But yes.
But so that's just it. Like if we took all the dice rolls, if I said, okay, so, and this is actually something I've thought of in the past, like in many, many years. So if I said, okay, I'm going to give you 100 dice, Dave. 10 of them are 10s, 10 of them are 9s, 10 are 8s, and so on. And you're gonna use them throughout the game. But you can choose when you use them. So you're gonna roll average.
Interesting.
But you're going to do very well. Because when you have like a bunch of nonsense shots to make, and you're like, these aren't gonna be that good.
Yeah.
You throw the ones away.
100%.
You're like, just throw the ones away.
Why would I
In fact,
waste
you
them?
would shoot purposely just so you could throw the ones away. And then later on, when you got to take a shot with a Mind Shackle, you're going to grab a 7. You're not going to grab an 8, 9, or 10. You're going to grab a 7.
Yep.
Because it's exactly what you need. Later on, when you got these guys who need 8s, that's where you're going to grab your 8s. So the game's going to go so perfectly well for you, and yet you rolled average. Do you see how averages aren't average?
But
in
that's
a war game?
not rolling average.
It doesn't matter.
That has the you can exactly use when you want to use those numbers. How is that rolling average?
So here's
Because
the
you're
thing.
taken from the pool of average.
So like here's a good example. You rolled a ridiculous number of saves for your Flesh Seekers, and they're still alive.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now, if later on you roll really bad saves for them and they die, but now they've been able to stay around and grab some objectives, you've rolled an average for your saves. But because you rolled the better ones first and the bad ones later, you win the game. But if you took it around and you say, well, I'll take the bad ones first and the better ones later, you still rolled average and you lose the game.
Okay.
So this is what I'm trying to say, that you can't just take averages and actually know that that's how the game's going to work.
So what you just said to me was, using averages,
It's not average.
it's either good or it's bad, therefore 50-50?
And if you would disagree with me, you're welcome to. Like, go ahead and talk about it. And in fact,
yeah, that is part of the discussion,
if
right?
somebody's like a statistician, they might be like, yeah, Matt, you're totally wrong. that's not how this works. And maybe there's like papers already written on this, because some nerd's written a paper on this for their thesis.
Oh, undoubtedly.
Yeah, and I say nerd not in a bad way. Like
a nerd who is 10 times smarter than all of us put together?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. Some PhD student who for his thesis was like, do dice really average in a war game? That would be, except that would be some sort of fancy name. It'd be like, doth the dice, the polyhedron shapes.
Dodecahedron.
Dodecahedron shape. Well, that's the D20s. Strike the table with such calamity and force as to.
It would definitely be D&D because it's wider spread.
Sure.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. Yeah.
So I shot, 3 of them died. That's the conclusion. Okay.
Pulling the dice.
That's not a lot more. Ooh, I get a boost. Ooh.
Boosty boost.
Let me think. I'm going to boost my scout mech, and of the 2 options, I'm going to choose the one that gives him multi-fire. That means he can fire both of his weapons instead of one. And he's going to move to here, so he gets in short range of these Flesh Seekers. Yep. And now he's within 12 inches of your character. He's no longer benefiting from stealth. Now, I should say he still has stealth, which means I'm going to get a modifier to my accuracy. But I'm allowed to shoot at him because I'm within 12 inches. Because stealth does 2 things. I can't shoot at him more than 12 inches. And I also get, I think it worsens the accuracy by 2. But I'll double check that. So I'm going to fire the big missiles, which are meant to be anti-armor, but they're also good at killing characters, at null.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
And then I'm going to fire the rocket pods into these Flesh Seekers right here. We're going to start with the missile launchers firing at null. Normally you have 5s to hit. You're at medium range, which becomes 6. And you have stealth, which worsens by 2, so that becomes an 8. So I need 8s to hit, which also, coincidentally, are piercing. So I just got to get 8s. And I got 2 of them. So they're damage 3, piercing 3.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, so two hits at AP minus 3.
This is it, Matt. I could die here.
Yeah, 8 plus.
Yeah.
You have to fail both of them to die. And you did. Yeah, so we got to see null in action for 1 turn.
You just made another unit activate. You put it back in, so I can actually activate them again.
You still get to activate them again.
All
He
right.
just doesn't get to do that ever again.
No. Does he come back? Does he have endless?
No, only the Flesh Seekers have endless.
Okay, what is he? Is he not a Flesh Seeker that's been evolved?
Maybe, I don't know.
Okay.
You're the lore guy.
Then yes, make a rule for it.
New story. Null always comes back when shot with missile launchers.
That's right, from a scout specifically.
Yeah, from a scout specifically.
Okay, what's going on?
Put him back.
Why?
I cheated.
What happened?
I fired as if I had 2 scouts. So we are going to take the average.
Oh.
And we're going to do half as much. So we'll say I hit you once.
Do I just re-roll it?
You want me to re-roll it? I might do better.
I don't know what you rolled.
I rolled 2 hits. So we can just say I rolled 1 hit.
Okay.
And then you failed both your saves. So if we just
Sure.
go in half.
Okay, that sounds
Even though we just had that long discussion about averages. Because it could have been that he rolled the 2 misses and the dead guy rolled the 2 8s.
It could have been.
So if you want, I can just re-roll it if you like.
No,
You like staying alive? Okay, so you have 3 wounds left on there.
Okay, I think I'm good.
Yeah, I rolled as if I had 2 of them. I should have been 2 shots, not 4. Okay, so now the blast. So 1, 2, 3, 4 extra. So it's 5 shots with the blast, not 10. 5. Let me just quickly calculate.
Sorry,
what
are you shooting at now?
I'm going to fire his rocket pods at them because I did the multi-fire thing, which might stun them. So they'll need 5s to hit.
All right, so just say that if you can.
Go ahead. And now I'm going to fire the rocket pods into the Flesh Seekers. 5 shots, not 10. I'm not going to rip you off this time. Hitting on 5s because there's no modifiers here. I'm in short range. So we got 2 hits.
Okay, that's not so bad. So I'm looking for 7 pluses, which
Nope.
I failed both.
2 of them die, but then this also stuns, so you have to do a leadership test, no modifiers. So a 6-up leadership, otherwise they're shaken too. Oh, they're shaken too! This guy's so overpowered. Shaking all your units.
Matt, wow, the Immari are just super strong.
There you go.
So I lose 2.
Yeah, because when they activate again, they won't be able to charge.
Oh my
They
goodness!
can only do a single action. Yeah, that's pretty good. Next will be, oh wait, it was my boost, so it's you next. So it has to be your core. I'll just look in here.
So it has to be him.
Yeah, because I did a boost, so you have to go next. You only have 1 thing left, so you're shaken Flesh Seekers.
Is it a double action to charge?
Actually, you know what? They might not be shaken. I forgot that when you activate a unit, you have to do a leadership check if they're shaken or if they're depleted. And depleted is just that they've lost at least more than half of their models.
Okay. So they may not be shaken.
So they get a second chance at it. So I'm going to double check that that's the rule, that it's not like if you're shaken, you don't make the test. So let me double check that. Okay, so activating a unit, you first check if the unit is shaken, then you perform the actions. A unit that is shaken has taken severe damage or is temporarily stunned. If a unit is depleted, that's below half the number of models they started with, or already shaken, they do a leadership check. If the test fails, it is not shaken or continues to be shaken. It's become shaken or continues. Otherwise, it is not shaken or stops being shaken. So you might think that nerfs stun a little bit, but stun is quite prevalent in the game. And so otherwise, it would just be too powerful. So the stunning is really good because even though they're not below half their number of starting models, you still have to make a leadership check. So that's the way I'm looking at it.
No, Null's inspiring.
Oh, we forgot about that.
Yeah.
So he improves their leadership by 1 then.
By
because he's
1.
within 12 inches. So they're actually a 5-up leadership.
Okay.
Now you rolled like a 1 last time, so we know that.
And you did it again. Of course.
Okay, so they're shaken, so they can't hold objectives, and they can only take a single action, which means no charging for them. But a 5-up, you failed all 3. Nothing I can do.
That's how the averages go.
Because you made all their defense rolls,
Yes,
right?
of course. So let's do this. I'm just gonna move and go right in your face. Now I gotta be more than outside of an inch, yes?
Yeah. Engagement range is 1 inch.
Actually,
So you're not allowed to come within an inch.
Let's go like that. Because
Just force me to deal with you.
actually here, let's
I can't
hop
believe you
over
failed 3 leadership checks. Even forgetting that you had the +1 or the improved the leadership by 1, because you rolled like 1s twice.
here. Yeah.
You had 3 chances
What are the chances of that on 2d10s?
to get exactly 1s or just to
One
fail it?
twice.
Well, 1 twice is just 1 in 100. But specifically to fail the leadership twice when it was 6+ would be 25%. So that's not crazy for that to happen, but you failed it 3 times. So that became 12%.
Yeah.
And then you had to improve your leadership. So it became like 8%. So thanks, Dave, for screwing up my playtest.
That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to really stress test this game, Matt.
So it's just me now, but wait.
Do you have any boost tokens left?
I don't.
So
the order matters because whether maybe they'll move and shoot them and then they'll all be dead.
That's fair. Yeah.
Because I can shoot into combat, but I can't my own guy. So I got support, so that's already been activated.
And your supports are your mechs?
The scout mechs. And then so now Colonel's gonna go. So he is gonna charge because that's more fun. So nice and simple, really, really easy. Here he goes. So charge is just a 1.5 times movement. I am leaving my objective, but I want to beat up these guys because it's just more fun. Now I'm doing what you're supposed to not be doing.
Wait. You're leaving the objective?
I don't. Shut up.
Isn't that Isn't that the whole point? You just said the game.
Yeah, but you don't have that. Oh,
I can't hold him.
I should have moved him up to the objective. Instead, I took the bait of killing guys.
Yes.
It did shake them, which means you don't get the objective either. So
Yeah.
I'm not playing this very tactically either. You know what? I think he might have like a little pistol, in which I'm going to do the boring. He does. He's got a forged pistol. Oh, it's assault. Oh, I want to charge so bad. Do you know what assault is?
No.
After I charge, I could fire it, and then I get to strike you. So he just runs in and bam, 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 and then boom with his hammer.
That's awesome.
I know, but I should hold the objective. All right, if I lose by 1 point, it is because of this.
Okay.
He's charging.
Agreed.
Okay. So first off, he gets to fire his pistol. I don't know why it's going over there. There are no dice over there. And it ignores all modifiers, so I don't get like the penalty for shooting into combat or stuff like that. So it's just 2 shots hitting on 3s. And so that's 2 hits on you, Dave.
Okay.
Damage 2, AP 2. You don't care about the damage 2, but AP -2 means you have a 9-up save on both of them.
2 9-ups and I saved 1.
Only 1 dies. Okay.
Okay, so let's take out this Flesh Seeker here.
And now I get to swing with my hammer.
That was just the pistol, yeah?
Yeah, so the hammer is another 4 attacks. Hitting, let's take these dice out. Hitting on 3s, but the crushing won't matter because you don't care about extra damage. And it's stunned too, but you're already shaken. So I could have actually rolled these at the same time with the pistol. So 3s to hit. We go, only 2 more. So these are also AP -2. Or AP, they're not AP -2, they're AP 2. I don't know why I keep saying -2. That's other games in my head.
9 pluses again.
So 2 more die. Now at this point, you would normally have to take a shaken test because it was the first time you were brought, it was the first time you became depleted, which is not currently the core rules. I took it out and I want to put it back in because we kind of talked about wanting that. And also and you'd actually owe me 2 of them because my weapon has stun as well.
So what do I owe you now?
Nothing, because you're already shaken.
Oh, because that's the end result anyway.
Right, because you would already be shaken. So if you weren't shaken right now, you'd owe me 2 separate leadership
And
test.
chances are I'd be shaken.
Yeah, that one actually becomes more likely. So as they come in and just like bam and kill a lot of your guys because you're depleted now. But that's it. So I'm just going to draw, and I know it's going to be my infantry next. I still have a few tokens in here because of my. Oh wait, I have my other commander. So I guess I should. I don't think it'll matter in this case. So support already went, and then commander, and then my last core. So I just have. He doesn't have much to do, so I'm just going to be. And you can pass through your own model, so I'm just going to have him run up. Oh, maybe he can grab the objective. I had tactics all along.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I can't pass through walls. I don't get to pass through walls. So he's just going to run up and grab that objective. And then these guys are going to, I don't want to go near him. He's so scary.
The Agedon?
Yeah. All right. You know what? I'm going to see if I get lucky. We're going to move up. We're going to be outside of 8. And we're going to shoot all our weapons. Let's see if we
You know what? I predict that you're going to kill him.
Yeah, somehow, right?
Yes, you're going to...
I'm going to roll nothing but like 10s, and I'm going to get like 18 hits, and you're going to fail all the saves, and you're going to die. So I got a 6 up accuracy, but you're at medium range, so I'm hitting on 7s. And 8s count as 2 hits from reaping. So we got miss, miss, miss. I got 2 hits. That's it. Okay, so we're not killing this guy. No AP on these. So his save is probably a 5-up.
It's a 5-up.
Yeah, most big things are 5-up saves. Just one of them. Oh, sure, you want to roll 2? That's fine.
I saved both.
You saved both. You show off.
Yeah, that was my plan. It's definitely to show up. So that's the end of the round?
End of the round. So interesting. I got 1 point here. You got 1 point there. But you got 2 points there. So you are winning because I was dumb and didn't move my scout mech up and grab that objective. Or maybe I was smart. Because you're winning, I get an extra boost token on the second turn.
That's true. You do, don't you? That's
Yeah.
the rule.
Yeah, that is the rule. And that's interesting because it does make you wonder if like you want somebody else to take the early lead and then take it from them. But 1 extra boost token is not going to like usually change the game, but it could.
I gotta say, every game that I've played thus far, which has been what, half a dozen,
Yeah.
7, 8 games, whatever, every time a player is winning, doesn't feel like they're winning. It feels like the opposing player is actually winning.
Because they get the boost token.
Because they get the boost token.
Yeah. Oh, we'll see. So
And
we're
normally that player's killing more.
Yeah. So we're going to put all the tokens back in. No units were fully killed. And we'll play round 2.
Let's do it.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, so just a quick thing. I'm able to put an extra token in. So I put an extra core token in this time because I'd like my core guys to activate sooner.
So it's not a boost token that's extra that you put in?
Oh, I forgot the extra boost token. Thank you for reminding me.
That was inadvertent. I was trying to clarify what you said previous, but...
No, because my one mech master, the stratagem mech master, he lets me
He's the
add
one.
an extra token that's not a boost token. And what that does is makes it more likely
Yes.
that I pull a token sooner.
And you can do that for any unit type,
Any unit type?
including commander?
Yeah. Yeah, including himself.
And you could also do it as a boost token? Or you can't?
No, I cannot put an extra boost.
Okay, well
that
then
would be too powerful.
That makes sense, because you would choose that every time.
Yeah. In fact, you might not even want to do it the first round because you might not want your tokens to be pulled sooner than your opponent's. So
Now,
you may do it. You don't
Is,
have
is
to.
that a once per game thing?
No, it's every round.
Okay.
Yeah. While he's alive. So first token is your commander.
Ooh, null.
So null, or you might not want to do null because you haven't activated your flesh seekers yet. And when he activates, he gets to pull their token, but you also don't want him to die. So, but the Mind Shackler might be able to finish off my scout.
Yeah.
Now that he's been nerfed into 5 wounds.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the Mind Shackler.
Good call. That's
yeah,
what I would do.
definitely gonna do that and target your scout.
Just roll a 7+ and call it.
Let's see.
What'd you get?
Oh, I got a crit.
Okay.
Okay, anti-armor 7+.
So I still get my save. It's it'll be your -3, so I have an
-3.
8+.
8+.
8+, or he's dead.
Okay, all right, here it is.
1.
Ooh,
You got him.
nice.
So the scouts are gone, and they were some of the strong shooters in my army. So
Yeah, they did some work.
that's a pretty big deal. Okay, next poll is my support. Well, that's gone. My next poll is my core. Woo! All right. Yeah, we're gonna do these guys. The idea of wanting the core to go first was for them to go and move up and shoot these guys before they get to go. That's the idea.
You're talking about your Immari infantry, of course?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm not already with an 8, so we're going to move not onto the objective though. I don't like that, but I can't just run because otherwise you're just going to kill them all. So I'm going to just move up like this. And I realize these guys look like they're on the objective, but they're not. Only the Flesh Seekers get to do that because they're leaderless, so they can change who their leader is.
They're also shaken.
They are right now, but they might not be in a moment.
I doubt that.
I'm going to move up, and I'm just going to everything into them. Nice and easy. 9 shots hitting on 6s, but 8s count as 2 hits. So we've got 1, 2, 3, only 5. Pretty bad roll.
7 up saves.
Ooh.
Save 2.
So 3 of them die. And you're already shaken, so we don't worry about you becoming depleted, which you're not depleted yet anyways.
Not below half.
No.
Pull.
Another core. All right. I don't know what to do with this, Dave.
Oh, that's your core.
Yeah, my core.
So you're on the far side.
I have to activate my other Immari. Infantry, sorry.
So over on the side.
But I don't want to deal with that dude. Like, he's perfectly... Like, I should have my shield wardens going after him. That's who should be fighting him.
Should.
Yeah, because his armor's 5+. So even if I roll lots, I have no AP on their guns.
Okay.
Which means...
You need a volume of attacks.
You're ignoring more than half the number of shots that I do, and I only do 9 shots that maybe will turn into 10 sometimes when I'm lucky. So, you know what? I gotta try. I'm just going to move and grab this, because now I'm holding this objective at least until you run me over and shake me.
Oh, now I get it. Because it's like you wouldn't want to necessarily run away, because I would be forced to leave the objective, therefore not get the points. But now I'll probably, I don't know, it could shake you, therefore you don't.
But you might not. So in which case I'll be holding the objective.
Because you outnumber me.
You count as 3 models, and I have 9. Because I don't look at how many guys are within 3 inches. If my unit leader's within 3, my whole unit counts as being in that objective range.
And so if you had 3 dudes in total, you'd be tied for objective.
Oh, right. So
therefore, we draw.
As long as 3 are alive and they're not shaken, you don't get those points.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's good or not. We'll see. So we're looking for 6s here. 8s are 2 hits. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4 only. So no AP, so you get your 4, 5 up saves. And hey, 2 of them get through. That's something.
Yeah.
What does he start with? 10?
He starts with more than 10.
Does he have more than 10?
Yeah.
Man, who designed these rules?
I know who.
Does he have 12? Oh, okay, 12. That makes sense. Actually,
he's down to 10.
Yeah. All right, he's down to 10 wounds.
Okay.
Yeah. He's gonna be hard to deal with. Commander. So Null has to go, which is too bad.
Is it too bad though?
It's too bad for you, not for me.
Yeah, because the other guy,
you don't get to double activate them.
Yeah, that's too bad.
But it is what it is. Now, remember, I think he has a built-in heal ability, or is it only boost that he heals? That bring back Flesh Seekers. Is it just
it's a boost heal.
Okay, so he doesn't have a built-in heal?
No.
Some things have a built-in heal and then a better boost heal. Mm-hmm. And so he does not. So he doesn't get to bring any Flesh Seekers back.
But he does have claws and talons.
Oh yeah, he's a close combat beast.
So I'm thinking I just attack some of your infantry and maybe just shake them and they don't hold it. But,
no, or you can just kill most of them.
And I can move through my own guys as long as I don't end my own guys, correct?
Absolutely. You're always, like, unless they are large or huge, you can pass through your own models, not enemy models.
So this is the plan then. With Null, I'm going to charge.
Okay, so 9-inch charge.
Double action.
If you can end in base contact, you must end in base contact.
So I go right there.
Yeah. You don't have to go the shortest route, but if you have to try to close a distance. So if there was a charge, you could have done it in the base, but you're like, no, I'm going to go diagonally so I can get an objective, but I'm not in base. Then that's not allowed.
5 attacks, hitting on 3s.
And 7s are reaping.
Ugh! Only 2.
Okay.
No reaping.
No reaping or piercing. So 2, but they're AP 1, so I get 7 up saves. You killed 2 of them.
Okay, only 2.
All right, well, that was pretty crappy.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it. So I could try to actually game the system. I won't be able to get you off the objective. So I can take off any 2 that I want that are not the leader. And you are forced, after you finish fighting, to close the distance the shortest route possible to touching an enemy model. So in this case, you would have to move like here-ish. You're still on the objective though. So there are still some movement shenanigans that you can get away with.
What we got?
Your core, so one of your Flesh Seekers.
Yeah. You know what? I'll try them because they could possibly not be shaken.
Yeah, you got an Inspiring nearby, so 5 plus leadership check, and then you could charge in.
Okay, 5 plus. Let's do it.
You could do it.
Let's do it. This time it's gonna be a 5 plus. It's gonna be a yes.
Yeah. You're not shaken.
No longer shaken. We'll take this token off.
So now they can take 2 actions, or sorry, a double action or 2 single actions.
Yes, indeed.
So do you want to charge in, or do you just want to sit there and hold the objective?
I'm gonna charge in and hold the objective.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How about that?
Well, that might be a little hard. It's not actually.
So just.
Well, hold on. Which one's your leader?
Let's make this one my leader.
It doesn't matter because what you do is you stick them there, and now you're still on the objective.
Exactly.
Now you got no. You must place them in base contact with my guys in unit coherency. So do that first. Fill up base contact. So 3 inches of him.
Yes.
So you could fit one right there. This is important because you'll see why in a second.
Okay.
You can probably stick one more there, and then the other ones have to be as close as possible. So this is important because if you kill a lot of them, let's say you kill all the way down to him, then it's not going to matter. Well, it might pull them off the objective as they have to then close the distance afterwards.
Very cool. So now they have 1 attack each, but it's reaping 8 plus 2, which means every 8 plus counts as 2 hits.
It's basically like my shots, but you've got them in close combat.
5, 6, 7. There we go. We're actually looking for 8 pluses here.
6 is to hit, 8s do 2 hits.
Whoa! Oh, that's 5! That's 5 8 pluses.
So that's 11 hits.
Yes.
Out of 7. Okay, so I've got 7 guys left. I got a 6-up save. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You wiped them out.
Wow.
Which means you don't move at all, which is good for you because that means you get to continue holding the objective. If you did not wipe them all out, then you would choose a guy to be your leader, and he'd have to close the gap, and then you'd do coherency, and that might actually pull you off the objective. But that's not what happened.
No.
The Immari don't seem powerful enough anymore, eh? Did I swing them too hard the other way?
I don't know.
No,
I'm just doing stuff.
No, I'm actually quite happy because of how well the Immari did in all the playtests before.
Yeah.
I think that just the minor change of the scouts becoming 5 wounds, so you could one-shot them.
That feels like a big change.
That's a big change, but it's a minor change. It's just 1 wound, right? Minor change made a big change.
Yeah.
And the other thing is the mech master that could pilot. If you had the 2 of them before, they could both do the thing to the scout mechs. So the scout mechs could fire 3 times in the same turn, which was never my intent. And so I just added wording that they could only benefit from that once per turn. So now all of a sudden, having the 2 guys, because you can see how powerful the scouts were. So being able to kill the scouts faster, and the scouts not firing 3 times per turn, that's a big difference. Okay, so I'm in a bad position. I hope to get my elites next. Yeah, elites next would be nice. I get my commander. That works too. So I am going to focus and then close combat attack. No, okay, well, here's the reasoning why. Okay, so focus is a single action that improves my accuracy by 1. But if I don't focus and I manage to kill all 4 of them, then I still have another action. So I could then move and kind of close the gap up the field, or maybe even go after your Agedon. So it's a tough choice. I think I will not focus because it just goes from 3s to 2s. How many 2s am I going to roll, Dave? Like, really?
I see 1s in my head.
Ones I would be happier than 2s. Because then I won't be like, I shouldn't have done that. So, okay, we got 4 attacks, and they're going to be hitting on 3s. Oh, 4 attacks aren't going to kill all 4 guys. What am I thinking?
Maybe they will.
No.
Matt,
No.
they're totally going to do it. Now that you jinxed it in reverse, it's going to happen.
They're more likely to do it but then I don't care if I killed them all. I do care if I killed them all because, no, if I kill them all, then they come back. Oh, no. All right, not focusing.
Without a boost, too.
3s to hit. Yay! Oh, there's a 2. Only got 1 hit. It was a 1-1 and a 2 and a 6. So you get it's 2 AP. So, and what's that? Was that a 4?
Yeah.
So you die.
He would have been dead. He would have been dead anyway.
One of them dies. Okay.
Okay.
So that wasn't even that interesting after all. But
all right, next.
Okay. Hopefully it's my boost. No. Ah, my elites. Okay, well it's okay. It might be okay. I think he's in range. I really want him to go after the Agedon, but I gotta come and take care of this mess. Oh, he's in range of Null. I'm charging Null.
Who's in range of Null?
My unit leader from my Shield Wardens.
Oh, okay. Come, bring it, bring it.
Does Null have counter strike?
Yes, he does.
So every 1 that I roll, he hits me.
Oh, sweet.
So I'm not allowed to engage the Flesh Seekers.
No.
And so I just place the other ones wherever I can so that I'm not engaging them. It does. Remember, he's a unit leader, so I don't think I grabbed... Oh, I went on the objective, so that's good.
Just show you what's going on.
And then I'm going to swing a Roni. So they're 2 attacks each, so there's 10 attacks. I do have Colonel Beauberon near enough. He's within 12 inches, and he has battle synergy, so they get to improve their accuracy by 1. So hitting on 3s, and crushing on a 9+, becoming 4 damage instead of 2. So 3s to hit. So there's a miss and a miss. And we got 1 crushing. So these are all AP 1. We got 7 AP 1, damage 2, and 1 AP 1, damage 4. Why don't you just roll that 1 first?
Okay, here's the 1.
6 up, or he's dead. So he's dead.
Okay.
We just murdered him. So goodbye. Good. Good riddance.
That's the second time he died, kind of.
Yeah, and I don't move to the next unit because I only move to the nearest model in a unit that I was already engaged with. So I don't get to hop from combat to combat.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
Pull.
My boost.
It's not mine.
Oh, I've only got my mech masters. Oh, okay, let me do this check.
So here's one of them.
Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna activate both of them.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna activate the stratagem one, and he can immediately allow me to pull a non-boost token and activate that one. So,
And he's the one in cover back there.
yeah, he's one cover. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna pop his head out right here, and he's gonna take a risky shot at those flesh seekers. Oh, I don't want to fire at the flesh seekers because they come back. It's like a deterrent to keep firing at them, because if they come back, it's like boom right here. They're not shaken. They're at full strength, and they can still activate.
That's wonderful.
So he's just gonna duck into cover and do nothing, and then I'm gonna pull his token out because that's what I'm allowed to do.
So
I had 2 boost tokens, by the way, and that was the first one I pulled, and it was on a useless thing to get a boost.
So just so we're clear, Matt, you're saying that you were going to shoot at the Flesh Seekers, and that would have been shooting into combat.
Yeah, so I would have possibly hit my own guy, but I was willing to try to clear them up.
And you're not going to do that. Why?
Because if I do manage to kill the Flesh Seekers, they just get to come back. So I'd rather.
But that's always the case.
No.
Does that mean you're never going to attack them?
Well, in this case, there's no advantage to doing it because all my guys have activated.
But it's still the fun factor that they're dying.
No, it's not fun if I'm losing.
But you're winning. You have more boost tokens.
They didn't come up in important times, Dave. I had 2 boost tokens, and neither of them got to be used in any interesting way.
And how did that feel?
It sucked. I don't know who designed this game, but it sucks. All right, and we're gonna have my other mech master. He's going to activate. I kind of just want to jump on this objective because I have only 5, and you've got more. And he's a commander. Commanders count as 3, so they're same as large, basically. So we're gonna take the chance, and he's just going to run onto that objective. So now I have 8 guys on the objective, which is more than you.
One more than me.
Yeah, and you've already activated, so now that's my objective. So,
Dang.
yeah, take that. And then you only have one last thing to do, but you don't know if it's going to be a boost or not.
That's true. My Agedon. All right, let's do it. Let's see.
Boost!
I get a boost.
On the Agedon?
Agedon.
Oh, not on the Flesh Seekers that haven't gone yet? That are shaken. You can stop them from being shaken.
And then what?
I don't know.
Activate them
Focus
normally.
and attack.
Attack your Immari infantry from behind.
No. They're stuck in combat with Colonel Boberon.
They are.
They could just do nothing.
But my Agedon, I want him to go. And he's got a boost. He could probably do some fun things. Let's
Yeah,
discover
check.
what that is.
Let's check.
I will definitely charge my Agedon in.
So you're going to take the Mon Claws, gain stun 2 instead of Swift, obviously.
Absolutely, because that's one of his 2 boost abilities.
So he charges in.
So his Maw Claws are his default weapons,
Yeah.
and they gain stun 2.
That's right. So first off, you do your impact. So you have crushing impact, which basically is all the impacts. Impact, heavy impact, and crushing impact are automatic hits that you do on a unit that you charge or bulldoze through. Crushing impact, the number of hits is equal to half the number of my models, rounded down, but minimum 1. So I have 9 guys, so you're doing 4 automatic hits.
Okay.
And because they're crushing, they're damage 1, which I'm only 1 wound, but they're AP 2.
So you just roll your defense.
Yeah, you don't roll any dice.
Yeah, not for this.
It's 4 automatic hits. So my defense is 8+ to this. And I failed all of them.
Oh,
so
geez.
right off the bat, you killed 4 of my guys.
Wow.
And now you get to make your attacks.
Yes.
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to go near him. But I'm like, I can't just leave him alone.
Okay, so that's 5 accuracy.
You're hitting on 5s.
That's no hits. No hits, Matt.
Huh. Which, you know why that's important?
Why?
Because stun only works if you make at least 1 hit. So you did not bring me below half. And so I still hold that objective. Yes, this is.
You know what?
Immari OP.
All the time.
And lastly, you get to activate your Flesh Seekers.
Okay, because you don't have anything left, right?
Right, and you only have them left.
That's hilarious. First things first, I'm going to try to get rid of that shaken token.
6+ leadership.
Nope.
So they can only take 1 action, so they may as well just fight.
Okay, 3 attacks on 6+s. 8 count as 2, so
That's 4
4.
hits, but no AP, right?
No AP.
So I should have, I think, a 4-up save, but I'll double check because I did roll a 4, so I need to know. Colonel Boberon has a 4-up save, so he takes 1 wound. He's down to 7 wounds.
Oh, he starts with 8.
Yeah, he's beefy.
Yeah. Pretty fast round. That's over again.
Yeah, round 2 is done. So I've gotten very lucky and managed to grab both of the center objectives. So that's 4 points, and I still have mine at the back, so that's worth 1 point. Hold on, it was right here. We've been moving it around for the camera. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you got 1. So you're up to 4 points, and I'm up to 6. So the score is now shifted. Now I'm winning, which means you get the extra boost token.
Yes.
Score is 6 to 4. Let's go to round 3. It's a good example where playtesting is not always easy, because the score is 6 to 4 for me, and I'm looking at it saying, okay, now I think I can keep this moving. But if your Agedon had actually succeeded at what it tried, it would be 6 to 4 for you right now.
It would have been, yeah.
Yeah, and then if those infantry died sooner, you'd be able to come forward. Lots of interesting things going on. So, who's going first? Boost for me.
Well, you don't automatically get to go next, so that's okay.
You do get to automatically go next. So I'm going to put it on Shield Wardens, and they'll gain Swift, which I don't need, but more importantly, Impact. Oh, wait, I don't want to kill them. Oh, no.
You know what? I love it.
I'm doing it anyways.
That's always going to be the reason not to attack them, is because you don't want them to come back.
Right, not just come back, but come back somewhere else that'll be more dangerous for me.
Yeah,
but I don't.
Like in your back lines, where my objective with first 4 points.
You know
there.
what? Actually, there is a better tactical choice. I'm going to do the infantry, and I'm going to call for reinforcements, so they get to regain some lost models as one of their boosts. So
they get that as well.
That's right.
Even though they're stronger than the Gorkog.
They're not stronger than the Flesh Seekers. So
I meant the detachment.
Yeah, well, they just have that built in.
Oh,
so they can they only get to put 3 models back though, not 4. The Veil Touch, I think, the Veil Touch have it too for their Dominarians, for the Cultists.
Cultists, yeah.
So it's like your cheapest, stupidest, dirtiest unit.
Stupid Flesh Seekers.
Well, we usually have abilities to bring them back, and that's kind of their shtick.
Now that's going to be also outside of the starter sets.
What do you mean? Oh yes.
Yeah.
That's just on their profile.
Yeah.
So immediately I get to bring 3 of them back, and I don't know, help hold that objective a little easier. So we're going to swing our gun butts at you. I don't even have enough attacks to kill you, but I might get you below half so you'll be depleted.
I love how, you know what, every time you do this, you say what it is, what the probability is.
And then it doesn't work out that way.
It's actually quite often not.
No, it never is.
No.
Of course it isn't.
Yeah, to say never is inaccurate. It's like rarely right.
Yeah.
Right? You're like, it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, because...
But it does something really bad.
We already had this discussion about averages, right? How they're not average.
Yeah, it's 50-50.
Okay. So I got 8 attacks, and they're going to be hitting on 4s because I've focused. Unless, it might be 3s. It might be 3s. Yes, it is 3s, because I am battle synergied with my Warlord, or by my Colonel. Yeah, he's got a big bubble of +1 basically to hit.
Okay.
So 3s to hit, nothing special. So we just got 4 misses. So 4 hits, no AP, so you get your 5-up saves. You take 1. You're down to 9 wounds, so I did not deplete you.
Okay, well I'm okay with this.
Yeah. Good for you.
Yeah.
But now I can't be shaken. I want to point that out. Because while they're boosted, they can't be shaken. So you got to kill them the good old-fashioned way.
Well, that's okay too.
All right.
So if I bring it down to,
it doesn't matter. But if you got to bring me down to 2 models.
You know what? You're hoping that I'm going to stay there, I think.
That's the idea. Is if I keep you held right there, even if we tie for that objective, it's still good for me.
But if I leave it, I can bulldoze through you. Yes.
Right, and you do the crushing impact, but I won't have to worry about taking a leadership test.
Well, you can't worry about that anyway, because you can't be shaken because you have a boost.
Exactly. So staying there and attacking is probably better chances of killing enough of me to matter.
But I want to attack Bulbaron.
Well, bulldozing won't let you do that this turn. That'll let you do it next turn. So yeah, that might be an option. Bulldoze through, kill a few of my guys.
Because the objective back there is worth 4 points for me, whereas right there it's worth 2, and it's being contested. And you actually hold it right now anyway, so I'm kind of wasting.
Unless you kill enough of my guys, and then you could take it. You got to get me down to 2 guys, or less.
I can't this turn, because I don't have enough attacks, and it damage doesn't spill over. So
I think it has reaping on it, so if you roll well enough, you could.
Ooh.
But either way, my elite goes next.
There is reaping, you're right. It's reaping 3.
He's designed to kill infantry.
He didn't get a single one last time.
You missed all your attacks.
I didn't see
He could have
his
wiped.
potential.
That's why I'm saying, remember, there was 3 less guys here a moment ago. You could have wiped that unit last round, grabbed the 2 points, and then charged over, and the game would have been yours.
You would have.
Yeah, because I can't hold. Colonel Bulbaron might be able to take him, because he's got crushing 4, which means he does 4 damage if he rolls high enough. So you could take him, but it would definitely be a lot more in your favor.
Okay.
Either way, I roll an elite next, so that'll have to be my Shield Wardens. We'll just charge in, I guess, and kill Flesh Seekers, because...
What other option is it?
I want to leave one of them alive, though.
Do you think you can plan that?
Nope. So we're just going to charge over here to put my unit leader as close to the objective as possible, and then the other ones have to be in base. It's nice and simple. And then I get my 10 attacks, and I hope to do just okay. I want to kill like a bunch of them, but not all of them. Is that okay if I do that?
I want you to kill them all, please.
I'm missing the die.
Do me a favor.
I'm going to use your die.
We want to see the mechanic of bringing them back, Matt.
I know, but at the same time, the mechanic of bringing them back is working. You realize that,
Yes,
right?
I know.
Like,
I know. It's preventing attacks.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand.
So four is to hit. Okay, good. Miss, 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 miss. The crushing doesn't matter. And it does stun. Oh wait, 4 is to hit. That's a miss. We got 5 hits at 1 AP. So you got an 8-up save on 5 of them. And they're going to have to take a leadership test probably twice, depending on how many you lose.
So that's 5, you said?
5 at AP1, so you have 8 plus. And you lose 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be 2 leadership checks. 1 for being dropped below, becoming depleted for the first time. And the second one for my weapon being stunned. Should be 4 guys. So 2 leadership tests at 6 plus. So you can just roll 2 dice and you have to make both of them. Can you make both of them? You made one of them, so now they are shaken. So maybe that'll be good.
They spend the entire game shaken, and they're not fully dead yet.
Where's the other shaken token? Where'd you put it?
It's over here.
All right.
Because I knew I would need it soon.
I don't need it. All right, that's their activation. Okay, so we got to take some stuff back. Somebody's probably already put in the comments. You're absolutely right. I should not have gone next. So all those attacks and everything there, we're just putting your guys back.
Because you boosted.
I boosted, and so you have to go next. So I will draw a token. That is one of mine. I will draw a token. That is one of mine. I will draw a token. That is one of mine. I've got to remember to put these all back.
That's right.
Draw a token. One of mine.
You could just put it on the table and like put them in your hand so you don't forget.
And a core. And I'm going to immediately grab these so I don't forget and put them back. So now, big difference here, or these ones or those ones get to go. So if you have those ones go in and kill a couple guys, that's a big difference than me activating first.
You know, yeah, I'll go here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes the most sense to do this because then there's less chance that you'll take me out and then I can actually hold this objective.
That's important because even if you do come back, you have to start more than 8 inches away, but then you could charge in. So either way is good for you.
7 attacks. He is 6s.
Oh.
And I'm looking for 8s.
You got 1, 2, 8, so that's
2.
4, 5 hits. So, and I've got, you had to worsen your accuracy by 1. So it's 1 less, so you got 4 hits. Because I have parry.
And that's what that does?
Yeah, so parry 1, which it could be parry 2, parry 3, that's how much you worsen your accuracy by. So the shields give me parry. I know it's a weird word, but it's to represent a defensive bonus.
Yep.
So I got a 5-up defense, and you take 1 wound off of one of them.
Are they 2 wounds each?
They are 2 wounds each. Usually units of like 5 or 6 are going to be 2 wounds each. So 1 wound.
Draw.
All right, I put all my tokens back. And it's my elite. All right, so that didn't matter very much. So I'll focus first. So I'll hit on 3s.
Now by focusing, you get +1 accuracy.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. And you can use focusing for shooting or close combat, which is why we call it focus and not aim.
Yeah.
Because aim sounds weird for close combat.
Here we are.
So hitting on 3s. I don't do anything special because the extra damage they could do. Well, that's a lot. That would be 8 of them.
AP1, so 8 up save.
Yeah. Please. Oh, no.
Yeah, I guess.
No, you killed them all.
I saved 1, Matt.
No,
yes.
That's exactly all 7.
Yes.
I wasn't trying to kill all of them.
Oh,
I should
man.
have focused.
So, but you
What was I
did.
thinking?
Yeah, you focused.
Okay, so you immediately, with the Endless Rule, get to take a new unit of 12 and place them anywhere on the table more than 8 and stick that core token back in. Now, if they hadn't activated yet, we would put a new core token in here. So it's like...
Yeah, so you get 2 chances?
Well, if they had...
I'm gonna go behind.
I guess it doesn't matter, but whatever.
I'm gonna go right there behind you.
Well, you can't. You have to go... Oh, yeah.
I'm still gonna go there though.
I know. Okay.
I love the reaction. It's so good.
Well, like that objective is mine, and now I can head off towards your thing, but...
Yes. Come to the mine shackler.
I need 5 more.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because
You
they
get-
come
I get all
back.
12.
They come back at full strength, don't they?
Yeah. Isn't that wonderful?
So you need 5 more, you say?
Well, I got 4 right here.
Here's. Oh, okay.
And so I just need 1 more now.
There you go. Yeah, this is good.
Okay, this looks about right. I'm not going to worry about measuring because I know you're in...
I'll stay as far away from you as possible, but as close as I can be. That's as far as.
That made perfect sense.
It's good.
Okay.
Not happy?
Not happy with that, Dave.
Therefore, you're very happy with it?
I think I am. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. This is the best.
Yeah, I'm like, I am not happy with that. Oh, which makes me very happy about that. Which makes me not happy about that. Which makes me very happy about that.
It's the best way to beat Matt.
Yeah.
Make him make rules to beat himself.
Yeah.
Watch him be in pain the whole time.
Yeah, definitely take the underdogs when we're doing playtesting, because I'll be like, oh, I gotta make them better. And oh, no, I made them too good. Well, good, yay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta pull again. No, it better not be them. I hope that he gets to go, because then maybe I can.
Your mech master?
I don't know what he's gonna do. We can only kill like 2 or 3 of them. It's a boost for you. They can boost. Yeah. If you want. You can take a look and see if you want.
Yeah, I'm thinking I might, you know? Like, what else would I...
Well, I don't know. Boost just gives them swift. Actually, no, it might give them... I don't know. Take a look.
Definitely going to use my Mind Shackler back here. I'll move him up forward. Move 6.
So one of his boosts is Multi-Fire 2. But
And
one
that's
of them,
the boost that I'm using.
and it has to then, for the second weapon, has to use its Nova. So basically, it can hit up to 4 units within 12 inches.
So there's 2 units within 12.
Yeah.
There's the Mech Master and the Shield Wardens, both of which get hit with that Nova.
On a 3+. So you have to roll a single shot at each of them on a 3+. It could do damage. It's damage to AP2. More importantly, it's stun. And he has Fear 12, which means their leadership are all down by 2.
So let's do the Shield Wardens first.
3+. You
That's
hit.
a 3.
Why don't you roll quick for the other guy? So
Also
you hit both of them. So the Shield Wardens are leadership 5 normally. So now they're up to 7 because I'm in your Fear aura.
Yep.
And so they pass, and then the other guy fails. So the Mech Master is stunned.
And he doesn't count towards
Shaken.
holding that objective.
Right. And then you still have your Mind Blast against them, which could stun them again.
So Mind Blast has 3 attacks, and it also has, it is a blast, which means that I get to add more attacks.
2 more because I have 5. So it's half rounded down.
Half rounded down.
So it's 5 shots. What are they hitting on?
They hit on 3s.
Is there any special? They have anti-armor, which you don't care. No, they're not. They're just blast and stun.
That's it.
So hit on 3.
4 hits.
4 hits. What's the AP?
AP 1.
AP 1. So that brings me up to a 6 up. 1, 2 die. So they're 2 damage each, right? Are they 2 damage
Yeah,
each?
2 damage each.
1, 2. And I immediately owe you a leadership test because it has stun. And their leadership is normally 5 up, but now it's a 7 up because I'm in your Fear aura. And they pass again. That could have been a big difference, like losing both of these for holding that objective. But now that he hasn't activated yet, so I could possibly unshake him. But having everything not count towards that objective would be a big deal. Still, that's a lot of damage you did.
But it can't go exactly according to plan.
I'm sorry. I owe you 2 more defense rolls because that.
One of your brought below help?
No, defense rolls.
Oh, defense.
Because when you did that Nova thing, that's actually damage to AP2. I just gave you the leadership test.
That's right, that's true.
So I'm going to do it on these guys. So we're looking at a 7+. Okay, he's fine. And the other one I can't remember, but a 7 is not probably going to pass. Engineers, they shouldn't be a 5. Oh, they are a 5 up defense. I feel like I'm going to modify them, but for now I'll keep
that. Was AP2 on the Mind Pulse, right?
Yeah, and I rolled really high. That could have brought them below, to make them depleted, so that would have been another check they would have had to make, but I passed everything, so we're good.
You have to go next because I boosted?
Yes. My commander, which can be 3 different units, so I'm going to activate this Mech Master at the back, because I got to do something about these guys. And after he's done, I can immediately activate somebody else, because that's his thing. So, are you in charge range when I go through that door? You are. You're in charge range. Now, when they activate, you could just disengage. Oh, this is a bad idea. Maybe I should just shoot them. I think my pistol has assault, though. It does. Okay, I'm charging in.
You're charging my Flesh Seekers here.
Yeah,
huh?
the fresh ones. So I already measured. He can get 9 inches to here. His pistol has assault, which means he gets to fire it immediately after he charges in with no modifiers, because normally it'd be modifiers for shooting into combat. So those will hit on 4s. Both of them hit. One of them is piercing 3. So you got a AP1 and an AP3 hit. So an 8+.
Here's the A+.
And a 10. You have to roll a 10. Nope. So 2 of them die. And then I swing my customized pistol in close combat. So which is just 5s to hit. So nothing. All right, I killed 2 of them. You're probably just gonna want to pull from the back or something, right?
Yes, I'll do that.
Okay. So the Mech Master Stratagem's ability has a built-in ability that after he activates, I can activate somebody else and just pull their token. It's not a boost token. I'm going to do it on Colonel Boberon. I'm going to do something very tragic.
What are you going to do?
I'm going to disengage. So it's a double action.
Why?
It's a double action that lets me move even though I'm in combat, as long as I end not in combat. And his move is 6, because he's going to grab this objective. And then maybe, just maybe, that helps me win the game.
I don't know if I like that necessarily.
I know.
Yeah.
You're still recording.
I am
All right.
still recording. We're going to go.
That's what we meant to do. Totally.
Absolutely.
It would be my elite next, which I had a second elite token in there because of my one Mech Master.
So, yeah.
So nothing happens. And then we have your support. So your Agedon will go.
Ooh. Very nice. I'm going to stay right there, Matt, and I'm going to chew through this infantry unit. How about them, Matt?
You just try.
I will.
You just try.
I will be focusing, so my accuracy will go from 5 to a 4. And this is Reaping 8. So I'm looking for...
Got 3 hits.
Well, you know what? Had I not focused, I would have missed. So
That's true.
Okay.
What's the AP of these?
AP 1, damage 2 each.
Okay, 7 up. You kill one. You kill one guy.
Oh my goodness, Matt.
One guy.
What is...
You're not showing off how good the Agedon really is, Dave.
Well, we could just, use some averages.
No.
there and
We've already talked about this.
What? Yeah.
No.
All right. Pulling.
Pull. Your commander. Why do we still have a... Oh, because he's a commander.
Yeah, he's dead.
No, but I mean like he had a commander.
Yeah, he's got a boost.
boosted.
Yeah.
Then my commander. So I still have this other guy.
He's shaking.
He is, so I have to immediately do a leadership test at -2 because I'm still in your fear aura. So my Mech Master has a leadership of 4+. I need a 6+. I fail.
You fail.
Yeah, and so I'll just stand still and fire a pot shot over to your walker.
Mind shackle?
Mind Shackler, thank you. So unfortunately, because now I'm at long range, I would have moved up to get within medium range. But I'm long range because pistols are only 4 inches typically. And so my 4-up accuracy becomes a 7. So I need 7s to hit. 9s are piercing and armor and anti-armor as well. Well, I got 1 anti-armor piercing 3. So it's damage 2 and it'll be AP 3. So you don't get to use your armored, so whatever your defense is.
My defense is 5.
So it's 8+ then.
Nope.
Failed, so he takes 2 damage. He's fine.
He's down to 8 wounds. Pulling.
I think I'm all done, so I probably could pull all mine out, but yeah.
I have another boost plus 2 core.
You do. So hopefully I don't pull your boost.
Why not?
Because I don't want you to boost. Oh, boost. So you could boost them,
Yes.
which won't give you anything.
Why
Oh,
not?
you can bring your 2 guys back.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I think that's a very easy choice. So the Flesh Seekers back there that are engaged with your Mech Master, I'm going to disengage them.
So you get to bring your 2 guys back.
Yes.
And then double move disengage.
Yeah.
Or double action, so you can take this guy to make him your leader now.
I'll make him the leader. I'll go on the objective that Boberon's on, and I will take that objective from you.
Sure is.
Which means I get to hold, and he's already activated, which is great. So he can't attack me back right now.
Nope.
And I actually get points for it, which is 4 points, and that actually might tip the scales a little bit.
Well, I'm still, because you didn't manage to kill his infantry, I'm getting 4 points as well. So I'll still be in the lead.
But at least not that much more.
Yes, but only by 2.
In the lead. And I left my objective back here with my Mind Shackler, which had I not...
Then you'd gain 1 point, but I think moving up and novating them was a good move.
It's better, because next round I'll be in range.
Well, you could have also stopped me from getting those 2 points. You got unlucky that I made all my leadership checks.
That's true.
So the last thing to activate, you have 2 core tokens left in here, so do a leadership check on them, and then activate them.
Leadership check to start.
They failed, so they're still shaking. So they can do 1 action. There's nothing much to do. If you want to move up, or you want to move that way, or you want to move that way, which way do you want to move?
I kind of want to move towards the Agedon, because the Agedon's struggling.
Just to back him up?
Yeah.
Well, that's really good. There we go. Because the one guy would move 6, and the other ones would then get placed. So that's that. That's the round.
So that's turn 3.
Yeah, we're going through this pretty fast.
Yeah.
So we both get 4 points. I've got the 2 middle objectives.
Yep.
And
I have
because
the
they're
one
not
back there,
shaken,
which is worth 4.
and you got that worth 4. You did not hold yours.
Just imagine, man. Just imagine if they were shaken. You don't get 2. We would have been tied.
Oh, just imagine if the Agedon actually did some work.
Then I would have been in the lead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just imagine if my Scout Mechs didn't die so fast.
I know what you're doing now.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing.
So the score is 10-8 for me.
I have 8 points.
Yeah.
That means I'm winning?
No, I have 10.
But it's 8
Oh,
points.
I understand. I get it.
See what I'm doing?
Yeah.
Pulling on turn 4.
I put an extra elite in here with my Mechmaster's ability in the hopes that I activate my Shield Wardens first because they are actually in charge range of your Mind Shackler.
Yes, they are.
And they could actually do some damage to him, and that would help me immensely because he's kicking my butt. He really is. So the first token is your commander, which is the Mind Shackler. Isn't that nice?
Matt, my Mind Shackler is going to move forward. The reason why I'm doing this
Oh, you're getting
is so
greedy.
I'm within 12 of Boberon, and I get to Mind Strike him. It's only one shot, but it is stun, and I do have a Fear 12-inch.
And it's sniper, so you don't care that you're medium range.
Right, because it's only 8-inch
It's
range.
hitting on a 3. So if you hit, I owe you a leadership check.
Oh!
Oh! Okay. I was going to say, if you hit, I owe you a leadership check, and then if I fail my defense roll, I'd owe you a second one because I'd be depleted. Because you'd be bringing below my half my starting wounds.
All summed up to moot.
Yeah, because, well, good try.
Yes.
Good try. Next has to be, no, that wasn't a boost. Your core. So these 12, yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So with the Flesh Seekers back there, I'm going to attack Boberon.
So we're going to charge in. You got to surround him.
Oh, yeah.
And then surround him again.
I was already on the objective, and hopefully I can take him below half. That's my goal. Take him below half his health.
Of course, another leadership. And you're still within, I'm still within your fear aura.
Therefore, yeah, we'll get this Fear Aura. 12 attacks, hitting on 6s.
And 8s are 2 hits. Oh, that was
1.
1, 2, 3, 4 hits. Wow,
Jeez.
that was pretty bad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Matt, not statistical.
I've got a 4-up defense against these. I made them all. Well, isn't that just a big old bowl of rice?
Huh. What do they say about the Immari? Like they're unshakable or something?
They're, yeah,
They got grudges?
Apparently, you don't get to roll well against them.
But I don't.
And commander for me. I'm going to activate my Mechmaster, the stratagem one, so then I can activate another unit. He's going to charge, which means he can fire his pistol and then do his stupid pistol attacks.
All
So we
right,
got
go ahead.
3 attacks with the pistol, hitting on 4s. 9s are piercing. So we got 2 hits and a piercing.
Uh-huh.
So 2 of them are AP 1 and 1 of them's AP 3. So
Okay.
8 up, 8 up. Hold on, do 2 8-ups.
All right, that's first 8 up.
So 1 dies, and
Yeah.
the other one's AP 3, so you need a 10.
Okay.
So 2 of them die from that, and then I just like try to punch you in the face. Hits on 5s, so that's 1 hit, no AP. So you get a 7-up save against that one. So hey, it killed 3. Not enough for any stunning or anything like that, but if Boberon can kill enough of them without killing all of them, then I can get you off that objective at least.
I want you to kill me all, though. That's the goal here, Matt.
I understand, and immediately I'm going to pull an elite token out of here and activate my Shield Wardens because he has the ability to let something else activate right after him, which is proving to be quite interesting.
Yeah.
And they're just going to charge your Mind Walker Shackler thing. Okay, so the unit leader's right here, and he makes it in. And the other ones are just placed in base contact. And then we swing our Hammers of Wrath. Okay, the Forge Hammers, they do have stun, so I'm going to get you too. The 6 attacks hitting on 4s. 9s are crushing, so extra damage. Oh.
Well, wouldn't you know?
2 9s, 3 misses, and a 4. So why don't you roll the 2 9s versus AP 1, which you'll ignore, so you got 5 up. So one of them gets through for 4 damage. And then you have another, same thing, same save, 5 up. That's fine, that would have been 2 damage. So you take 4 damage, which...
Down to 8. Or down to 4.
Down to 4?
Yeah, because I was at 8, right?
You were at 8?
Yeah, unless something else wounded me in the
I
meantime.
don't remember. So that means you do owe me a leadership check then twice, because my weapons are stunned, and you're depleted for the first time.
All right, so the
So
first
it's a
one?
4+. All commanders are 4+, except for very few. That's your first one?
He's a 5+.
Is he a 5+?
Yeah. Yeah, and
Oh, you're right. 5+ is the standard commander, and then 4+ is for like good commanders.
I just rolled a 4.
Yes, he is shaken. He is shaken. I do have to rejig a couple.
Kicking my butt, Matt.
Well, the Mech Masters, for example, I'm looking at their stats now. I'm like, yeah, because they should be minor characters. I feel like they should be 5 wounds. I feel like their leadership should be just 5 up. So I'm going to be jiggling around their stats a little bit.
You think so?
Yeah, and not because like this playtest is proving it. It's more just a standardization across the board of what like a medium character, a light character, a heavy character. Like,
Are they light characters?
yes, they're definitely like they're supposed to be. They're supposed to just be like little dudes at the back, being like with the scout mechs, or like we need reinforcements, and then I don't know, whatever that is.
Yeah.
So no, they're not. Whereas Colonel Boberon being 8 wounds with the 4-up leadership and a 4-up defense, like that makes sense.
Yeah, he's a bit beefier.
Yeah, yeah. So that's the idea. Let's pull. I gotta jig them up. Okay. Your boost.
Do I have anything to boost?
Yeah, you got Aged on, who could. I think he gains reaping on his things that are off.
It's only stun.
Well, that could work too. I'm not currently immune to that.
Maws and Claws. Here we go.
What are they hitting on?
4 attacks, hitting on 5s.
Well, hit on 4s. You can focus first.
Then I definitely should.
Yeah, because that way you don't biff your attacks like you have for the past 2 times that he's gone.
Because that's definitely my fault.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Oh! Finally! Yes! Yes!
Is it reaping?
It is reaping.
On a 9+?
It's reaping 3. They count as 3 each.
On 8+ or 9+?
It says 8+.
So that's a lot of hits.
So that's
9 hits.
9, 10.
And they're also piercing 8+3, right?
That's 10 hits, yeah?
Yes, but this one is only AP1, whereas these 9 are AP3.
Oh, because they're piercing.
Yeah. Okay, let me grab some
All right,
dice.
finally, he's doing something.
There we go. This is what he's supposed to do.
That's, well, yeah.
This is why he's terrifying.
Okay.
And when rolled properly. So here's the 9.
Oh,
here's the 9
it.
at AP3. So I have a 9-up defense against these ones.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
And I make 1.
See, that's the way.
So that's 7 dead.
Okay.
I only have 7 left, so I'm not going to roll the last one. You killed them all. Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that. You secure your western flank. Wow. That's more like it.
Okay, yeah, that's.
See?
I'm happy about that.
And you know what the funny thing about that?
What?
That means you averaged out. But not until I got 4 points.
Right.
So it's not average.
No. I feel like the first couple rounds he was like, hey,
What are these? Ah! Well, they were so short, he didn't notice them. He's like, ah! Oh, there you are.
Yeah.
They're all dead. So, Commander. So that would be my Colonel Boberon. Yeah, let's do him because I want to save a boost for my shaken guy so I can grab that objective. I got to play the objectives because right now this game is actually going quite well. Like I'm happy with
Define going well.
balance-wise.
Okay, it's going back and forth.
It's back and forth, which is what every game should be back and forth. I know it can't be because dice, but if they could be, I would. So he's gonna stand there, he's gonna focus, and he's gonna swing. It's only 4 attacks, but they do have stun, so that could be helpful. We'll hit on 2s because I'll focus first. And they all hit. We don't really care about any of his crushing stuff, so that's 4 of them at AP2. So 9-up saves. And 4 of them died. That's more like it.
Oh,
so
I
you
gotta
owe
make
me
a test.
you owe me 2 leaderships, 1 for getting depleted for the first time, and 1 for
I'll just
the
roll
stun. Yeah, you failed 1 of them. So they are shaken. I've re-secured my back flank.
They seem to get shaken a lot.
That's the idea, is that the weak
I'm not
core-
saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I'm just stating it as fact. They
Yeah.
get shaken often. They're often shaken.
Now the earlier shakens, you got pretty unlucky with how many you failed because you had
Did I?
You had a horde master nearby to give you the inspiring, and you just kept failing. So that was your fault.
Well, no, he died. That sounds like your fault that he died.
Well, yeah, because I shot him.
Exactly.
I take full responsibility.
As you should.
And you now get to go with a core, so you got these 3 flesh seekers.
You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go up there and. Oh wait, you got your mech master, so.
Yeah, so I've got 6 guys on this objective right now, so your 3 aren't going to make a difference. Unless you get super lucky and kill Bulveron, which is not going to happen.
Well, now I'm up to the challenge.
You are in charge range of him.
Well, I might as well. You know what?
And
Yes.
You're not in charge range of the shield wardens.
I think I have to. Yeah, because what else are you gonna do?
Nothing really.
Yeah,
and
but-
if you bring him, if you manage to only just take like 3 wounds, 4 wounds off of him, then he might know.
Hey, I have reaping.
Yeah,
And you can get unlucky.
Yeah, I could get unlucky. So we'll just charge it.
Let's do that. Charging them in.
Charging, charging, charging. There's your leader. He's a leader right now.
And I only have 3 attacks here.
Yeah, but if you roll 8s instead of 6s, you'll get 2 hits each.
I get
So you
1.
get 2 total. 2 total because of reaping. And I failed one of the saves.
There you go.
Not enough to do any checks or anything, but it does take me 1 step closer to being dead.
That is just 1 more bite.
You keep working on it.
What do we got left?
I don't know. I'm just gonna pull. Boost for me. Good. So I'm gonna boost my Mechmaster so he's no longer shaken, but that means that he doesn't get to use his boost ability, which I wouldn't use anyways. So, because if you're shaken when you add a boost token on them, they stop being shaken, but you don't get their boost ability.
So what's he doing?
So I'll just kind of. I don't want to fire into combat. It's too risky, and I think we've already locked him down pretty well. So I'm just going to move over here, and that'll be his activation.
Next pull?
Has to be you, but you're done, and so am I. We're done.
Okay.
Still have a bunch of tokens in here, but that's what happens when units die and boost tokens are not pulled.
Turn 4.
End of turn 4 of a 5-turn game. You don't get these 4 points.
No, I don't.
That's a big deal. You do get those 2, and I get those 2.
Yep.
And I get this 1.
Yeah, you do.
Because I have 6, because commanders count as 3, same as large.
That's called a landslide now.
Well, so it was 10-8, you got 10 now, and I'm up to 13-10. So it's 13-10, not a landslide, not by any stretch.
You get 2 points there?
Yep. So it was 10-8 for me. So
Yeah.
I get 2 points plus 1. So I'm at 13.
No. Okay. Yes, that's why. Because
You're
I'm
shaken.
Here I was thinking that's also worth 4 points. No, this one is worth 4 points to you. The opposite back here, which is what you said.
Right.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And you get 2 points for that one over there.
Yeah.
So, but here's a big. Once again, we can add a 5th what if to the thing. If that blast thing had worked, then I would not have those points.
Right here.
Yeah, and even if you didn't get them, that's 1 less point for me.
Yep.
And so there's all these little what ifs, right? Like,
Of course.
what if the Nova worked? What if that worked? So this game is definitely,
It's a what if.
At this point, I am totally happy with everything that's happened so far. But let's play one last round.
Yeah, let's play it
just
out.
to see
It could
what
swing.
happens.
It
Can. It totally can.
But what are the averages? Is it going to swing?
Well, the thing is, and this is kind of, I'm scared of the Flesh Seekers because they keep coming back, but they don't actually do much damage. And I want them to stay that way because there's 12 of them, right? The moment I buff them just a little bit, that's 12. That's a lot more. Like if I say, well, no, they're reaping 3 now, it's like, oh, that's a lot more hits. I'll give them piercing. Well, the moment you spike, when you roll 12 dice, then, you know, it can go really badly or really, really well. And so you got to be careful of that if I buff them just a little. So I'm actually quite happy with the way they are, that they're more running around harassing and stuff, but they don't like systematically just kill stuff.
Yeah.
So whereas when you look at the models, maybe they could be like this super killer unit, but then I'd have to break them up into units of 6 and make them like elites or something, and I don't want to do that. So
Yeah, they seem more what they're functioning as.
Yeah, they're
right now.
harassing. They're running around,
Yeah.
taking a few wounds off here and there, and then more of them pop up and they keep going in. So I'm liking them. I'm liking that. So let's go to round 5.
Round 5.
Round 5.
You ready?
I'm ready.
Good. Boost!
Boost for you. You can't shoot in combat, so you got to think about that.
Oh.
You can reinforce though.
Yeah, but
Or you can stop them from being shaken,
Nah.
and then they'll be immune to being shaken.
Makes the most sense right now for me to boost those Flesh Seekers in front of Boberon. The reason why is because they're not shaken, so I don't have to like nullify that or anything. Plus, they can't be shaken since they're boosted.
Now they can't be shaken.
Now they can't be shaken, and they can actually hold that objective even if you attack me to kill some.
Yeah, so that was, we just put 4 more of them on there because their boost, one of their boost abilities is call for reinforcements and get 4 more.
And that
So
seems,
they howled, oh, and more Flesh Seekers came in.
that seems like an obvious one to use.
Yeah, and then maybe you can do enough damage to Boberon to make him depleted.
I believe in these new ones.
And we'll see.
So I will focus for an action.
Yeah.
Okay.
5s now, and 8s count as 2.
Oh, wow.
Well, at least you hit. So we got 5 hits with 2
There you go.
reaping, so that's 7 hits. That's enough to possibly, okay, so I'm trying to do math in my head. He has to fail 3 saves for me to have to take a leadership check and possibly shake him, which there is a fear-causing thing nearby.
And what's your save?
It's a 4+, so I'm not likely to fail it. Was there 8 of them?
There were 7.
7, okay. 4+. 1. Yeah, okay, this one's cocked. Let me reroll that.
No, that wasn't.
2. I don't know.
Even with a give me.
Well, I knew that wasn't going to make a difference, so I'll just call it, and people can yell at me less. People like yelling at me for not re-rolling cocked dice, but I like to just be like, yeah, it was obviously that one, so who cares? So you still brought him down to 4 wounds, so you do have another unit of Flesh Seekers that possibly could do the job. So let's see what happens next. I have to go next.
Yes, that's true.
I do have to go next. You ready?
I'm ready. I'm hoping it's Mechmaster.
Well, you don't hope it's Mechmaster, because then I could do him and then automatically choose who goes.
That's true, because you got 2 units. Yeah.
So no. Oh, that's you.
I hope it's your Shield Wardens.
Commander.
Oh,
so
there was a high chance that was going to happen because
I have 3 of them. Yeah.
Plus 3, so that's 4 chances.
Yeah. So I think I need to go with him.
You don't want to go with the Mechmaster?
So they're already shaken. So this is the problem. Like, I'd rather they have gone already, so I could bop them and shake them again.
So why do you have to go with them? Why don't you go with
Right now, you have this objective. You do, because you have 7 guys on it.
That's fair.
So he'll have to attack them, even though his stun will do nothing, which means they might become unstunned when they go to activate.
Right.
So this is a hard like sequence of events that I can't plan out. Which, by the way, I really like. I know that some people are like, I don't like how random the game is, but I'm like, I like that randomness because it changes your plans and you need to react to it.
Yeah.
So
it's reactive.
It's a reactive tactical game, but at the same time, the randomness allows comebacks as well, right? So.
Yep.
I'm happy with that. So we'll do him.
I love the struggle.
We'll do the Mechmaster, the strategist, because then I can do another one, and I'll figure that out after I see what he does. And he sucks though in close combat. He's got 2 attacks that have no AP.
Hey man, that sounds like it's a problem for the Games Master there.
But if it's not him, then who? You know what? I'm going to. I have no idea. Because I want to boost Boveron, because then I can give his hammer reaping, and then he could do way more damage.
Ooh. Well, you have a good chance of that happening.
So you know what? We're just going to throw this one away. I'm just going to put it on this guy.
Really?
And do nothing.
Really?
Do nothing.
Interesting.
Yeah, because I'd rather. Well, I think then the question is, why not just do it on this guy then? And
exactly.
Okay, I'll do it on this guy because I want them to become unshaken, so then I can hit them. And okay, I'm going to do that guy. It's 2 attacks. All right, hit on 5, 4s, because I hit you once. No AP.
No
7 up.
All right.
7 up. 7 up. I kill a guy. Yay.
Yeah, okay.
Look at me.
They're already shaken.
I'm so good at this game. And then I will automatically pull an elite token. There it is.
Yeah, because Mechmaster allows that, and you're going to do
this
the Shield Wardens.
Yes.
And the reason why you wanted...
Because I want to kill him before he can do anything.
Okay, that's fair.
If I can destroy him, then I can be awesome. So the question though is, oh shoot. Don't make me make those choices. I'm not going to focus. Because if I kill him, I have enough movement to grab your back objective, and that would seal the game for me. So I'm not going to focus. So,
yeah, because you need an extra move.
Because I want to move after I kill you.
And that counts as an action to move.
Yeah, because close combat attack is a single action. So if you're already in combat, if you think you can kill what you're about to fight without focusing, you can kill it, and then you could shoot. Or you can move.
So, if by not focusing, you may not kill me, though.
I know. I know. I understand that, Dave.
I know. Then why would you do that? You're not going to kill me now.
Oh, I'm going to kill you. I just don't want to see 3s, because I'm hitting on 4s.
But you said 3s now. Now it's out in the universe.
No,
now it's going to manifest on the dice.
It's fine. 4s to hit, 9s are crushing. Now that's definitely cocked. And there's a 3. Just want to point that out. All right, so miss, miss, miss. No crushing. So we just got 3 of them at AP 1, which you ignore. So 3 5-up saves. You got to fail 2 of these to die.
All right, here we go.
5 up. You failed 2 of them. He's dead. I think he has explodes. Can you check that for me, please? Because if he does, we get to show off that cool.
Yes, explodes 3 inches.
So you take a number of D10 equal to his starting wounds.
Which was
12.
12? It was 10.
Oh, it's 10.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Then, and I'm going to double check the AP and damage. You're going to roll those for every 9+. What's the explodes radius? Is it 3 inches?
It's just 3, yeah.
So it would be every unit, friend or foe, within 3 inches would take a number of hits equal to how many 9+s you get.
So there's only 1 unit there.
So it'd just be my guys.
Yeah.
But you'd only roll it once anyways. You'd roll it once in every unit within 3 inches. Because you're large, it becomes AP2. Normally it's damage 1, AP1, but because you're large, it's now AP2. If you're huge, it's damage 2, AP2.
Okay.
So like think about that huge tank for the Veil Touch. It has 20 wounds. When it dies, you roll 20 dice. Every 9+ does a damage 2, AP2 hit to everything within 3 inches.
That's brutal.
Yeah. So go ahead, roll lots of 9s. I want to see it work.
1, 2.
2. Okay, so that's AP2. So I've got 6 up saves, and you kill one because one was already... Oh wait, no, they wasn't injured anymore. So one of them takes 1 wound, so I'm fine. Go ahead, remove your guy.
I think we can pretty well call it there, Matt.
Yeah, so as I use my movement to move up, after, because I didn't focus, that does secure the back, and there's no way. So if we kind of look at it right now, there's no way for you to stop me from getting these 2. So that's 6 points for me. So no matter what happens here, the maximum you can get is 6 points. And I'm ahead by 3 right now. It's 13-10.
So there it is. That's even if I manage to do anything back there, which I probably won't. So that means you would still be ahead by 7 points.
Now, I am embarrassed to say I did forget one aspect of the scenario. That every battle round, whoever kills the most units gets 2 victory points on top of that. So I don't know if that would have changed everything. But even if it did...
Wait, whoever kills more that round?
For the
like more models?
At the end of the battle round, you get victory points for scoring objectives, but also 2 victory points if you killed more units.
Did you just remember that?
I just remembered that, and I'm like, wait, there was another aspect of the scenario.
So is this scenario was designed for playtesting, yes?
Yep. Yeah, so that is killing matters a bit.
Will this be the scenario in the box?
I don't know. It's a simple scenario.
Okay.
So maybe.
All right.
It's all when you look at scenario design, they're all variations of the same thing. Holding locations.
Sure.
And killing units.
Yes. So I'm just curious to know if
you would have won.
Yeah, it's a thing. Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, the thing is, I don't think you would grab this back objective.
This round?
Yeah. Because remember,
so that's 4 points.
So 4 points that you won't get. So that means the score would be.
That's a difference of 5 though, because you hold it. Actually, no, you don't hold it. I do hold it. I do hold it because you...
Yeah, but he was going to swing and kill at least 1 or 2 of them.
But I can't be
Can't be stunned.
I can't be stunned.
Okay, so maybe you would have won. But I don't... Okay, so how many rounds did you kill more than me, though?
I felt like I killed a lot, but it didn't matter.
You killed...
Because you got objective points.
Units-wise, you only killed 3 units.
Okay.
You killed the scout mechs and 2 infantry units.
Yeah.
And I've killed...
And I killed 2 infantry units.
So you've killed 3 units in total, but that doesn't give you 6 victory points.
No, because it's per round, right?
It's per round. If I kill the unit and you kill the unit, we get no points.
You killed a lot of Flesh Seekers.
I killed the Flesh Seekers only twice.
So you get
once.
For killing more units?
Yes.
Okay, so it's units, not models.
Right.
Okay.
And so that one round that you killed the last scout mech, I think is when I killed the Flesh Seekers, or Null. So I don't think that would have made a difference.
It might have balanced out. In fact, you might even be ahead.
Maybe. Or maybe you would have got 2 more points and still have lost by 1 point. The game was close. I apologize for forgetting that part. But either way, we can just say we played a different scenario. So you know what? Yeah, I didn't forget. We just played a different scenario where you just have to take objectives. But I think it's important for a playtest scenario to have both, because then it represents killing gets you something, but only 2. So it's like just holding one of these objectives. So it's more like a tiebreaker, which, now we see how important that is. Mm-hmm. So this game was close. It was close. Now, one thing I'll say that for changing things, I have a couple tweaks to do for the Immari. I think I'll make the Flesh Seekers slightly better.
Yeah, what would you do with the Flesh Seekers?
Just make them slightly better in close combat. I don't want to make them more resilient. I don't want to make them faster. I don't want to make them more wounds. I want them to die as easily as they did.
Okay.
But I felt like they just couldn't quite do anything in close combat. So either give them an AP, even just one AP.
Yeah, they had an AP nothing.
Yeah, even 1 AP would be nice. And
maybe
have them hit on 5s instead of 6s, because my standard across the board is core units hit on 6s, elites hit on 5s, and then after that it just depends on the unit specific thing. But what it probably should be is that close combat is 1 better, because close combat is a lot harder to use, especially because if you're shaken you can't charge, but if you're shaken you can still shoot. So it's just little things like that. So I might give them, they used to have an AP, and I took it away because too many things had AP, so I just took away a lot of AP from things.
Yep.
And so I think I might give them their AP back and hit on 5s. And I think just those 2 small tweaks,
but that feels big,
could actually add up.
Because they have reaping.
Yeah. And you think about it, you just hit, when you do 12 attacks, then on a D10, you're going to get on average 1 more hit. But then with the reaping and that 1 more hit, now on average with the AP1, they're going to fail 1 or 2 more saves.
Yep.
So that means every time you attack, you're going to kill 1 or 2 more models. That will landslide over time. Yeah. That's why I got to be careful about tweaking them. I don't want a knee-jerk reaction too much, but they fought a lot of different things and they barely were able to scratch anything.
No. Well, in this starter box specifically, right? against
but
this
they were
Immari
fighting like
unit. But it's nothing special units, right? In terms of like, it's not like this really powerful unit that they're attacking and it would have been impossible. They're attacking Immari infantry.
Yeah.
So you would think they would do a bit more, right?
A little bit, yeah.
They did go against Shield Wardens, which are elite beefy
Yeah, Shield
units.
Wardens just beat them crap though.
And against a character in the back, or a commander in the back, so maybe
Yeah.
they were accurately
Who
represented.
killed my infantry? Was it just Null? Was it the Horde Master that killed the infantry?
You mean your Shield Wardens?
No, the infantry squad that I had right here that you murdered.
I'm trying to remember.
It might have been the Horde Master, but it might have been your Flesh Seekers. So maybe
So the Horde Master went in and did some stuff.
maybe the Flesh Seekers did better than I thought. But either way, I still want them to be tweaked slightly, just buffed slightly.
Yeah.
So the big discussion comes down to like just playtesting in general is fun and also very stressful because
I can imagine.
you're just trying to like pretend that you kind of know what you're doing.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, well, that should be 5 wounds because blah, blah, blah.
Well, okay. It's as much as you say that though. There's years of gameplay experience.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
And creation of rule sets. And so if
Yeah.
you're feeling this way, just imagine someone with zero experience jumping in.
I'm not trying to sit here and be like, I suck at this. I know I've got lots of years of experience behind it. I feel very confident that I'm going to get this right, that we're going to get this right with the playtest and everything. So I'm
Yeah.
not worried about that. But there's a lot of times where I just sit there and you just go, was that right? Was that not right? And you can't really know because it's not a computer game. So computer games have the advantage of collecting tons of data.
Yeah.
And it's very correct data.
It's
It's
accurate,
not
right?
subjective.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
It's
did it
hard
win?
numbers.
Did not win? Did how many of this unit were used? This unit's never used. If you're playing StarCraft 2, a lot of their updates are just like, battle cruisers are being used too much and Valkyries are not. So we're going to nerf battle cruisers and we're going to buff Valkyries because we want to see more of them. Not because they're too good, it's just the current meta.
Yeah.
And that's fine because it's digital.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not like people are like, well, now I have to put my battle cruisers on the shelf and not use them, even though I paid hundreds of dollars and spent like dozens and dozens of hours painting them. So that's why I don't like this whole meta tweaking of things.
Yeah.
Because people will buy armies and then all of a sudden be like, oh crap, now I got to buy these models. And so it's a little harder with wargaming. So I'm trying to create a game that doesn't slingshot back and forth just for. And I don't even necessarily think that Games Workshop or other companies do it because they're trying to sell models. I think they're legitimately just trying to change up the meta to fix it. But because of the rapid changes, it leads to that syndrome of an army that you had a year ago is no longer the same as it is at this time.
I don't think it's totally avoidable though. I think it's going to happen naturally regardless. You can mitigate a lot at the beginning.
Yeah, of
But
course.
there's going to be outliers, and then it
I've
all
gotta
starts that ripple effect,
I've
right?
got to do stuff about it. And you're absolutely right. So the key will be to not knee-jerk change too quickly.
Yeah.
And let it. It's tough. It's tough. And there's no perfect answer. And there's even the games that I love the most have balance issues. And
Isn't that why you like them though?
yes, but usually what ends up happening is we house rule. Like I love This Is Not a Test by Joey McGuire. Fantastic post-apocalyptic game. It's so much fun. But burst weapons, super overpowered.
Oh, yeah, where you get 2 shots?
Where you get 3 shots.
Is it 3?
Yeah, because if you use 2 of your actions to do shooting, then you can do a third one.
Yeah, because shooting's really powerful in that game.
Shooting is very powerful in that game. And so when Josh and I were playing our own little campaign, and we played like 4 games of him with a warband. We didn't know this at the time, and he had like nothing but burst weapons, and I was more close combat like Raiders. I just didn't stand a chance. Like it was laughably bad.
Yeah.
So 4 games in, I'm like, I'm not having fun. So no, not at all. And he's like, he wasn't really either because
it's too easy.
He's just like standing there going
There's no challenge.
and shooting all my guys down.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, let's just re-rack. We'll both make new warbands, and we made a house rule saying that you couldn't have more than 1 of each type of burst weapon. So there's like 2 of them, and there's a third one too, but the third one's not that good, so it's okay if you bring that one.
Yeah.
And so we just limited them. And so I'm the one that brought all 3 of those burst weapons, and he went totally close combat, except he did a different faction that like does all this animal stuff and turtles and things. And he started to beat the snot out of me. And it was fun though, because he couldn't beat the snot out of me unless he came to me. So I still got to do stuff.
Yeah.
And he got to do his weird turtle stuff. And it was so fantastic. But if one of us was a douchebag, then what could it be like? No, I'm not going to do that house rule. I want to bring whatever I want. And it would force both of us to be like, okay, I guess we're both just bringing lots of burst weapons.
Yeah, the most powerful thing. Otherwise, you lose.
Necromunda does the same thing. I can list off all these really cool games that the moment you play 5 games of it, you're like, oh, that's the best weapon. Play D&D, Oh yeah, yeah. It's obviously it's the great sword rather than the two-handed hammer, because the two-handed hammer is D12 damage, whereas the great sword is 2d6. 2d6 better because it's more reliable, and you can then take this other feat that lets you reroll ones. Now you're rerolling ones on 2d6. It's way better.
Way better.
And it's like you math it out, and you're just like, okay, I guess I'm always bringing a sword and not a club or a two-handed hammer, and that's too bad, right? That's just too bad. And so you just like, well, why don't we just house rule it that they're both 2d6 damage, and then you can bring the one that you want, because who cares? And it's like, yeah.
It's all about having fun.
Yeah, but you can't wait for Wizards to do that, because they don't care about those tiny little changes. They're caring about making new classes and subclasses. So I think that's just it. Like, I'm not too worried because people can always house rule, but I also am worried because I know people don't like to house rule in certain circumstances. So I'm just trying to create a good game is really what it comes down to.
I think I really like the direction it's going. I think it's not, you're not going to get it perfect.
No.
Right?
I know that. I know that for
even
sure.
Go. Is Go even perfect?
What's Go? Oh, I actually don't know. I haven't played Go.
Yeah.
So I think chess would be the best example for me.
And that's not perfect, because no one has to go first, right?
The white has a 50, I think it's like a 52% win rate amongst grandmasters.
Yeah.
Is white.
Right.
So once there's like equal skill, white wins more often.
Yeah.
So it's only a small difference. So that's pretty good. But yeah, it's not even perfect, and that's a mirror matchup.
That's a mirror matchup. So
I do want to do a shout out. So our Discord for Ravaged Star, miniwargaming.com/RavagedStar, has been quite active. I am active on there as well. I am listening to people. I have been implementing changes. A big shout out to Killologist, because what he's done is he's actually put all the Ravaged Star stuff on Tabletop Simulator.
fantastic.
And so you can actually play test by playing Tabletop Simulator, which I will happily encourage. I realize, oh no, we don't sell models if you play on Tabletop Simulator. I'm like, yeah, you do. Because it gets people into the game and then they want to play.
Yeah, of course. There's nothing like the in-person tactile experience.
No, of course.
Rolling the dice and moving the minis.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get why companies would be like, no, we don't want to do that. We don't want to push that, obviously. Like Games Workshop is not going to start doing Tabletop Simulator tournaments because they've got the market traction. But for us, a smaller company, I need market traction. I need enough people playing. And so if we're going to double the number of people playing by letting some of them play, or by not trying to take down the ones that are doing Tabletop Simulator, then it's great.
It also helps people learn the game before buying the models to get in the game.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you can play with your friends from long distance away.
Yep.
And then if you want to buy models, you buy models. But huge thank you to Killologist and everybody else who's been working in there.
Killologist.
Killologist.
Fantastic name.
Yes, very good name. And a big thank you. There's other people I should be shouting out, and I apologize because I don't have them all ready off the top of my head. But one thing I'll say is some people have been wanting points rather than detachments.
Yep.
And I'm happy to do points. I'll probably do them eventually. Right now it's easier to play test detachments and like starter boxes and stuff. But there are people, there's one in particular, I'm sorry I forgot your username, and I couldn't find it quickly, who's got like spreadsheets trying to figure out points cost for stuff. So I have said, if you as a community work together and you come up with points costs, because you'll be way better at it than I will.
Than one individual.
Because we can only play test so often here. So I'm more like, it's funny because I'm actually in this game, I play tested some of your play testing.
Yeah.
Because it's like, oh, they've said this. Hey, I'm going to assume they're right.
That's like AI training AI.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it's all good. And so it's interesting because before we played this game, I had already gotten feedback about this matchup.
Yep.
And so I'm trying my best to get everything to everybody as fast as possible so you guys can play test. So once I can make all the other detachments so you can start to try them against each other and you can just start saying, yeah, this one always wins or this one always loses. I'll even create an app on our website that lets you report your games so that I can collect data.
I love how you're able to say that and you're able to do that.
Well,
Matt's going to create a map. He's going to create an app, guys, because he can.
It'll be simple.
He programs the website because he's smart.
It'll be simple. It'll be like, what army did you play? Which detachments did you play? What did you play against? What detachments did they have? Who won? The end. And then I'm able to quickly see when this detachment's always part of winning armies, and this detachment's always part of losing armies.
Okay, so you're putting game results for different armies.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
And then I have to reset it every time I make changes, but you know.
But I mean, is it not just like the real-time data that you're collecting that would be relevant to the changes that you need to make, and therefore you recalibrate?
So I'm not doing that yet because I haven't written all the detachments. We're just starting with the two-player starter set. So if you want to help play,
so stay tuned for an app.
We have the two-player starter sets, contents and stuff are all on the Discord.
Yep.
And so you can start play testing those to help us get those balanced.
So if you're a playtester right now and you're clicking on that link, you want to become a playtester, where would you start? What's the next thing we are doing to work on?
I'm working on getting all the detachments and the rest of the rules for the Veil Touch done. But in the meantime, what I really need help with is balancing the two-player starter sets. So that would be the Siege of Ankarr, which we just did here.
We got Mechanical Mayhem.
Which is one that we did last week.
And then the Ancient Evils, which we haven't done yet.
Right.
So should that be play tested?
Painted. Yes, all three of them. All three,
but that one...
This one play test is not enough.
That's fair.
So I'm going to update the rules for these. By the time you're watching this video, everything I said I'm going to change will have been changed. So
but that's the next one we're playing, though. Ancient Evils?
We'll do Ancient Evils next.
Yeah, because we haven't done it
assuming the Oathborn is all painted, because we're waiting for that to get done. Otherwise, we'll try something else.
That's true. Okay.
And like I said, I still have to make the detachments for everything else, but I'm trying to balance the two-player starter sets, because that's a good place for me to start, too, so that I can kind of get a sense of how things work well together. And yeah, so go to miniwargaming.com/RavageStar to join the Discord server. All the rules are on there for free. Rules will always be for free, even in the future once we get past playtesting. But if you really want to support, the playtesters, awesome support. Thank you so much. But the big support comes from backing the campaign. So miniwargaming.com/GetRavageStar will redirect you to the GameFound campaign, where the late pledges are available. So you can pledge as if it's during the campaign, except you don't get the free miniatures that you get during the campaign. But you have access to everything, so you can get all the two-player starter sets, the war packs, stuff from the first campaign as well. All the Veil Touch is available, which is nice because we don't have to wait for those molds to be made. So there's basically like a first wave and a second wave that we're doing. And so far, like I said before, fingers crossed, knock on wood, everything's on track. So
far.
It's pretty early on, and delays are almost inevitable.
So the current update right now is everything's on track.
That's the current update.
Okay.
And on track is quite nice. We were much further ahead in this campaign than we were last campaign when we started it. So
yeah, I think a good 10 months ahead.
That's the hope. It's so hard with manufacturing, especially when it's not your own factory. A lot of things are out of your control, but I don't want to make excuses. I just more like, I really want it to go well, because I want to get this into your hands as fast as possible. So backing the campaign at any level is going to help us tremendously, because that'll get us the revenue stream that we need to continue working on putting as much as we can into development of this.
Yep.
So
100%.
Yeah, and I'm not even just talking like the molds and stuff. That's all getting. We've already raised the money for all that. I'm talking about allowing.
It's the reorders. Yeah. And it's like stocking up, and so when people get it in the stores, they want to be able to get it in stores.
Yeah. Well, it's also so
and not have it out of stock.
So we can hire artists. So we can hire. And
then expand it all and make new stuff.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely.
And it dictates how much time I'm able to put into it based on how well it does, and as opposed to other projects as well. And so big thank you to everybody who's supported so far. And so so the two links, miniwargaming.com/GetRavageStar to get RavageStar, and the other one, miniwargaming.com/RavageStar to go to the Discord and get the rules and help us play test. But big thank you. So appreciative of the community-driven efforts that we've had here. It really does feel like a community game. Even though I have final say, sometimes I'm just going to override. Because sometimes it's subjective.
I love how you gotta throw it in at the end.
I gotta say it because I don't want people to be like, well, Matthew's not listening because I said I wanted this. Like, some things come down to subjective taste.
That's fair.
And I just have a certain way I want the game to be.
That's fair.
Like, some people have really been like, I don't like the randomness, and I'm like, well, I do.
So it's a matter of like, all right, here's the rule. Community-driven feedback to tweak it, but ultimately, here's the rule.
And honestly, community-driven feedback has made major changes as well.
Okay.
So I do want to point that out. So there have been major changes. I can't even think of all of them right now because we've done so many so far.
Well, major changes like, heck, you took out the activate the enemy unit after a boost token is pulled. That's a major change to the game.
And people were like, no, we really want that. So I put it back in.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's actually a lot even more.
Actually, yeah. So in other words, playtest everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And give your feedback, and I will listen. I promise. So I think I've said the same thing enough times already. I just feel like I want to emphasize it.
Third time's a charm. So
yeah. So make sure you. No,
I'll say it third time, fourth time.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, and happy wargaming. Stay tuned for the next video.